Alrighty guys, what's going on everybody? Welcome back here to another tropical update, my friends. I hope everyone is having a wonderful weekend so far. I hope y'all are having a wonderful Saturday, my friends. Let's go ahead and jump on into it, y'all. We got ourselves, like I said, quite a bit of organization with this storm, you know, since yesterday. This thing looks a little bit better. As you can actually see, it actually is one big blob instead of a bunch of little blobs. So it's she's more organized, which is good. For the storm anyways. The storm is doing better. It is gathering itself ever since it rammed into the Yucatan Peninsula. We'll get into this here in a second. But first of all, let's go ahead and give a warm welcome to everybody here. We have Tiffany, we have Angelina, we have Catman, we got ourselves Winding. What's up, dude? Hope you're doing alright. We have Farm Girl, what's up? We have Eric, what's up, Eric? Let's see, we got ourselves, Paris, hope you're doing good, my friend. See, we have Hydra. I remember falling asleep to your stream last night. Some people say that my voice is soothing sometimes, which I don't understand, but... Oh my gosh, dude! Winding! Starting off the stream here with gifting 5 memberships. Holy cow, dude! Thank you so much, Winding. Later on in the stream or anytime, if you want me to take a look for your area to do a specific forecast for you, I will be more than glad to do that for you. Thank you, Winding. That's really sweet of you. I really appreciate that, my friend. And obviously, congrats to the people who got the memberships. That's awesome. Once again, Winding, thank you so much. You didn't have to do that. So the latest advisory, y'all. Right now, we do have ourselves the storm sustained at 60 miles an hour, so she's constantly, the sustained winds or the constant winds are at 60 miles an hour. We are talking maximum wind gusts up to 70 miles an hour as of right now. Now, as we approach our way out there towards this evening, not much is expected. We're going to start to really pick up that strength tomorrow morning. By tomorrow morning here, 8 o'clock in the morning here, the Hurricane Center has this thing sustained at 65, which is still a tropical storm, gusting up to 75. Now then, rapid intensification is set to build in here for the evening of tomorrow, and at that point here for tomorrow evening, this thing will likely become a hurricane again. We are talking at this point in time sustained winds of 75 miles an hour with gusts up to 90. Okay, so we are picking up some strength here by tomorrow evening. And then as we approach our way into the basically the morning of the 8th, just before landfall here, this thing is set to be a still Cat 1 with sustained winds of 85 miles an hour with gusts up to 105 at this point. So that overall is kind of what we're looking at here regarding its intensity as it approaches there towards Texas. The models, they haven't moved too much, honestly. Things are relatively similar regarding its track. Honestly, I think the greatest potential out of the system here like regarding the landfall, is going to be somewhere between Corpus Christi and just south of Houston. Just somewhere in this region here is likely where well, actually, literally where those hurricane warnings are in place. That's the most likely area of landfall out there. This could be near Corpus Christi. This could be towards Port Lavaca. I think that's how you say that, out there by the San Antonio Bay. Landfall could be somewhere out there towards Lake Jackson. Some of those regions out there could be in that direct path, for landfall overall. And then, of course, we work our way into the evening for the 8th. This thing will be downgraded back into a tropical storm here. Sustained winds of 60 miles an hour with gusts up to 70 overall. And then, of course, this thing works its way up further to the northeast here. We've got a tropical depression. This thing quickly destabilizes as it rolls over land because you're taking it out of that warm water, and it's essentially just kind of dying out. So that'll be good. Obviously you're going to feel the winds for a little bit. That'll rapidly weaken that storm. So a lot of these interior portions up in like eastern Texas, they'll get some gusty winds for sure, but they're not going to get anything like hurricane or tropical storm strength for the most part. Maybe some gusts up to tropical storm strength. The only thing that's really concerning me out there for like northeastern Texas and some of those regions is rain. As a matter of fact, the rain forecast has bumped up quite a bit. So let's go ahead and hop y'all over here to that really quickly. Let's go ahead and jump on over to this. Let's see here. Did I get a haircut? People keep on saying that. I did not. I've had to say it. It's just my hair growing. I got a buzz cut a while ago, but I appreciate the comment. Thank you. Let's see here. At some point, can I look at Madisonville, Texas? Yeah, of course. I can do that really quickly. Let me actually pull it up here for you right now. So you, my friend... Okay, so the center of the storm as it goes inland will likely pass near you. The good news at that point is it will no longer even be a tropical storm. It'll be what we call a tropical depression. So as it approaches near you, you could have some gusts up to 45 miles an hour. So we could have some strong wind gusts, but other than that, nothing super wild. The main concern out there is going to be that rain, though. So yeah, out there towards you. So the overall new forecast here from the Weather Prediction Center really has us here getting into potentially even 8 to 12 inches now. So yesterday when we were doing our update, it was around 6 to 8 total. And now we have this big orange spike where the center of that storm is set to go over, which could draw 8 to 12 inches of rainfall. So that's just shy of, let's see, that's just shy northeast of Corpus Christi. Corpus Christi is expecting around 2 to 4, so we did go down a little bit regarding our precipitation. San Antonio 2 to 4, Waco 2 to 4, Dallas 1 to 2 inches, Houston 6 to 8 inches is possible. Now out there towards you, my friend, you're actually a little bit northwest of Houston, so you're kind of digging into that realm of maybe 6 to 8 inches of rainfall. Now rain is very difficult to forecast overall, regarding a system like this, especially if dry air is going to be in the concern. So it's going to make it a little bit difficult. So take those rain totals with a grain of salt right now. Obviously at this point, I would just say, yeah, we're going to see several inches of rain out there. But just know that those totals are going to be still hopping around quite a bit as we work our way down in time here. So anyway, so that's that. That is essentially what we're talking about here with that. So yeah, once again, we do have a long streak of 8 to 12 inches of rainfall now in the forecast here overall. So a lot of rain is expected. Not a whole lot's changed on the surge map. Looking relatively the same out there towards Corpus Christi Bay, towards Matagorda Bay. 3 to 5 foot. 3 to 5 foot of storm surge possible out there. We are talking, a good amount of, coastal concerns. So obviously for those areas that's right on the beach, could be a bit of an issue for you guys out there. Oh my gosh, Winding Dude, coming with a $10 super chat. Thank you so much. That is really sweet of you, saying thanks for doing this for free for everyone. Hey man, you are very welcome. Thank you so much for the support. I'm gonna go ahead and leave a heart on that. Thank you. Seriously, that is really sweet. And of course, like I said, I'm glad to be here. Honestly, like I said, I just love tracking the weather. I always have. And whenever it comes to it, I just love helping you guys out. And of course, and like I said, y'all don't have to donate or anything like that. Like I said, I just want y'all to be here, at least to be prepared, and at least know what's heading your way. But like I said, thank you so much, dude. That is really sweet of you. from the bottom of my heart, Winding, thank you so much, my friend. That is just very nice of you. But yeah, back over here to the storm surge. So yeah, we didn't really change too much. We have 3 to 5 foot of storm surge expected out there by Corpus Christi Bay overall. Out there towards Matagorda Bay, Galveston Bay 2 to 4. So out there near Houston, just in the bay there, about 2 to 4 foot of storm surge is expected out there. So some of the heaviest is going to be felt there towards the central side. For the southern side of Texas, 2 to 4 foot out there between the mouth of Rio Grande up towards Baffin Bay. 2 to 4 foot of storm surge between St. Louis Pass and Baffin Bay, 3 to 5 foot, and then from St. Louis to High Island. San Luis, not St. Louis, San Luis Pass to High Island, 2 to 4 foot of storm surge, and that's essentially where that kind of ends off there. Let's see here. Do I think it'll shift to the east a little bit more? Honestly, I don't know. I honestly don't know. And like I said, since yesterday though, regarding the regarding everything, it does seem like the models are still kind of on the same path as they were last night. They haven't really moved to the east or to the west, really. It's kind of in the same area. Landfall is going to be near Corpus Christi, or just shy to the south of Houston. That's kind of where the landfall is projected. We do have hurricane warnings in place out there. Let's go ahead and hop y'all over. Actually, I'm going to get rid of the cone here for a second because it gets in my way. Let's see. We'll keep the future track and stuff. But, yeah, we got hurricane watches in place out there. We also do have ourselves tropical storm warnings now in effect for the southern side of Texas. So out there towards like Brownsville, towards Port Isabel, South Padre Island, going all the way up here towards, let's see here, to a lot of these southern coastal areas. I'm trying to find some more areas. Padre Island, natural seashore. So yeah, basically just the southern tip here of Texas. We do got ourselves tropical storm warnings saying that tropical storm conditions is expected. So obviously, you do need to be preparing out there for southern Texas. Really, like I said, most of the Texas coast needs to prepare for this storm here, especially if you're out there by like the central side of the coastline here, towards Corpus Christi region, towards Port Lavaca, and out there near the Galveston Bay. Obviously, yeah, you guys need to prepare for this. Make sure that you guys have all of your, food and water items together. Just make sure you have everything, ready to go regarding, supplies and stuff like that. That way you guys can, be prepared and ready for it here overall. Yeah, we do got a tropical storm watch up here to the north of Corpus Christi. But yeah, hurricane watches are in place here. So we'll definitely need to watch out for those. Those might even turn into warnings this evening. Hurricane warnings will likely be needed soon. I wouldn't be surprised if we do get one here at some point later on today. Now, the storm overall, as you may have noticed, the track has this thing going up through Arkansas. Now, at this point, it's just going to be a bunch of rain, honestly. So you folks out there, you might see that cone and that track overall in your area, and you might be a little concerned. Don't be. So for this part of the cone here, this system's not even tropical hardly anymore. This thing is not even a tropical storm. This thing immediately downgrades from a Cat 1 to a tropical storm at landfall, and then it immediately downgrades to a tropical depression where it just remains a bunch of rain. Overall, it just remains a bunch of rain here for the most part, as well as maybe a little bit of gusty winds here and there as it rolls its way inland towards like the Midwest and gets nearer the Ohio Valley there. But out here it's going to be nothing more than just a bit of rain for you guys out by like Tennessee, Kentucky, the Midwest basically, portions of the Midwest and like the western south, the western southeastern U.S. For the most part. So. Just a little bit of rain out here for you guys. Nothing too big. Once again, a little bit of winds are possible, but the heaviest are going to be felt, I should say, kind of in some of these areas here. This is more like some of the heaviest of it, of the activity is going to be felt at. So, yeah, so that's what we need to look out there for overall. Let's see here. What's up, Pete? Hope you're doing good. San Luis. Is that how you say it? San Luis. Gotcha. Let's see. Can I look for Houston? Yeah. So Houston's right here. Houston, the Galveston Bay area. We do have a storm surge watch. So storm surge conditions is possible with time. Out there in the Galveston Bay, we're seeing about 2 to 4 foot of storm surge. So basically 2 to 4 foot of water going above sea level and inland is expected. Not to mention, you also got to think, there's going to be a lot of rain out there by Houston. And the current forecast calls for about 6 to 8 inches out there by Houston. So not only are we seeing that storm surge with that water, that seawater being pushed inland about 2 to 4 foot, but we're also seeing about 6 to 8 inches of rainfall falling in those areas too. So if you're in a flood-prone area, highly would recommend taking some action, maybe moving somewhere else that's not really hold on, I can't even prone to flooding. Thankfully. I was mixing up my words there. Prone to flooding. So if you are in one of those spots, definitely take action because of it. Now, the winds out by Houston, it's probably going to get pretty strong. I'd say we're definitely going to feel at least tropical storm force winds being possible. Keep that in mind. Keep that in mind here. Let's see here. What damage will it create for a 3 to 5 foot surge? Obviously water coming inland's a big problem. Oh, that was weird. So honestly, most areas 3 to 5 foot above, most areas are actually above 3 to 5 foot regarding the buildings and stuff like that. So this will just come up to the top of the beaches. But, unless you're 3 to 5 foot away from the coast, then yeah, that water will likely reach you at that point in time there overall. Let's see. So which areas do I think will have the most concerned at this point? Maybe if you could focus on that so people would know if they should be worried on that, would be appreciated. So the areas I am most concerned about, like I was mentioning here, it's going to be out there towards areas between, just slightly south of Corpus Christi, near Kingsville, Robstown, Corpus Christi, Portland, Port Arkansas, Port Lavaca, out there towards Lake Jackson. Let's see here, Galveston, Texas City. Yeah, some of those areas, I think that's where you're going to feel some of the heaviest effects from this storm overall. That's where I'm mostly concerned about. And it seems like the models are really dialing in regarding this thing's path, and it does look like that landfall is going to be most likely there in this region. So basically the central coastal areas. Once you get inland, the good news is that the winds rapidly die out from its tropical system. The winds are the worst at the coast, so the coastal areas are number one, of course. And as you dig your way inland, some of those strong winds will remain, but they are rapidly dying out essentially. Let's see. No tabletop. This thing's not coming anywhere near North Carolina. You're welcome, Eric. No problem. Let's see. Do I think tornadoes could be possible? Yeah. So certainly I think that tornadoes will be a possibility. So like I was mentioning, out of a tropical or non-tropical low, we have a dirty and a clean side of the storm. This is the dirty side on the right-hand quadrant. Like I was mentioning yesterday, this is basically where you have your strongest winds. This is where your strongest winds, not just at your surface, but also your upper levels of the atmosphere. This is also where your winds are changing directions with altitude. So going from the surface up into the atmosphere, the winds are not only increasing in wind speed, but they're also changing wind directions as you go up. And that could create an environment capable of producing tornadoes, especially in this region as well. There's a lot of what we call instability or CAPE, convective available potential energy. That's where a lot of your heaviest instability values are at, essentially overall. So that is, the best area for tornadic activity. That would be on the eastern side of that low overall. Now we have a clean side, which is the left-hand side, not really supportive for any tornadoes. Also, the winds are a little bit weaker on the left-hand side of a tropical cyclone. But yeah, I do think that there's a possibility that we could have maybe a couple tornadoes that would be probably posing a little bit of a threat towards Houston, in some of those areas in far eastern Texas. I mean, maybe could even continue into western Louisiana. We'll have to see how far this thing goes. But yeah, a tornado threat does seem possible. And let me pull up SPC. I don't know if they've already issued an outlook yet regarding it. And it looks like they have. Actually, they have. So let's go and hop over here real quickly. So you can see that they've added a severe risk here for Monday. So Monday is the day of landfall. That's the day, the big day. So they did add a marginal and a slight risk for severe weather. So out there towards the dark green and the yellow, These are regions here where we are seeing potential for some tornadic activity. Due to that cyclone-induced, that cyclone-induced tornadic potential. Let's see here. I'm trying to see some thunderstorm activity ahead of this trough. See, did they mention anything about Beryl? Yeah, there you go. Tropical cyclone Beryl. Currently forecasted by the NHC Hurricane Center to transition to tropical depression Monday into Tuesday. Strong lower level winds and rich moisture advection are expected within East Texas into portions of western Louisiana. So yeah, there you go. A few tornadoes will be possible. So that's what I was saying. Tornadoes, cyclone-induced tornadoes, because on the right-hand side of a tropical or non-tropical low, this just happens to be a tropical low. Same thing. They act very similar. But when it comes to it, we have our strongest winds, our heaviest moisture, and overall the most instability out of the storm here will be on that right-hand side. So that will allow for the potential for tornadoes, both in eastern Texas and western Louisiana. Absolutely. Let's see. Winding says, thanks for what you do. Yeah, you're very welcome. You're very welcome, Winding. Thank you for your support once again, man. I really appreciate you. Brian says, I feel like it'll right up the coast and then turn. Harvey did the same thing. I feel like models are pretty locked on with this system here regarding it here. Let me pull up our spaghetti models to show you. Actually, we have a recon mission going on right now. They are finding the low at 1,001 millibars. Interesting. But let's go ahead and hop you over here to the spaghetti model. So yeah, models are actually in fair agreement here. I don't remember what they were like for Harvey, but I'm sure there's a little bit of disagreement with that. But for right now, it is we're in a fairly good agreement, with the spaghetti models. You can actually see here that the majority of the models have this thing just going out there near Corpus Christi, maybe slightly north of Corpus Christi. But the majority of the models does, yes, the majority of the models do show that system here relatively making landfall in this region, as most of the models are grouped together. And you can see that there's a fair amount of support as this thing does pull its way to the north and go to the northeast here overall. So eventually this thing will work its way up there towards like the southern Midwest, eventually into the Midwest, which at this point in time, once again, there's no need to worry for these areas. This is far enough inland. The winds will be mostly gone at this point, but it would just be rain. That's just where the central low is going to track into overall. Let's see here. Am I able to discuss how much rain Hot Springs, Arkansas might get once the storm moves up? D, right now it's a little uncertain, so I'm going to hold off on that for now. As we do get closer to landfall, though, if you want me to look, I can remind you, you can remind me to look at it, and I'll do it whenever we get closer to the event. But for right now, those rainfall forecasts are kind of all over the place because the storm's still out in the Gulf waters, and it's gonna be fluctuating quite a bit, especially for areas that are far up north. I mean, you can see we're a good distance. We got to go northwest and then curve a bit, and then we got to work our way up there towards you. So there's a lot of changes to the forecast. So basically, the information that we have valid for that area right now would likely change and is uncertain at this time overall. Let's see here. Do I think it'll pull a Harvey? No, I don't think so. Nah, she's going to keep on going. Harvey stopped and just didn't do anything and just dumped rain over Texas. Now, this storm you cannot compare to Harvey. It's completely different. While it is impacting similar regions, it is not the same storm, and the conditions are not the same overall. Let's see. What's up, Trudy? Hope you're doing good. What about Oklahoma? So Oklahoma, the storm's going to pass to your east mostly. However, there could be a little bit of just a little bit of rain out of the storm here. Let me go and hop over to the NHC. I don't think the outlook goes out there. Okay, so let me just do this here. The official outlook doesn't show really rainfall for you guys. I'll also look at Arkansas just to show you where it's at now. But like I said, overall, this should be taken lightly with a grain of salt here. Let's see here. Let me go ahead and pull up the regional side here, and I'm gonna go ahead and bring up our overall precipitation. How about that? We'll take a look at that total QPF. Alrighty. Alright, so let's go ahead and hop on over here to this. And I can actually show you just how much we're expecting. So here, first of all, here's GFS model regarding it. So this is like regarding the rainfall and stuff like that. So you can see there's a big streak of rainfall that rolls through. This is one model. We could have, good amount of rainfall, possibly like 6, 7, 8 inches or so, maybe a little more locally in some spots. Out there by Arkansas, 2 to 4 inches would be possible, according to this model. Oklahoma is set to see a couple inches of rainfall, too, out of the storm system. But like I said, regarding its exact, its exact potential at this point in time, we are not too confident quite yet. But as we do get closer, we'll gain more areas here to look at, and I'll be able to let you know. Anyways, but yeah, so that's that, my friends. That is what we're looking at. Let's see here. But yeah, so like I said, regarding approach of landfall, guys, this thing is set to be a Category 1, kind of a middle-level Category 1 hurricane here with sustained winds of 85, with gusts up to 105 overall. Winding, dude! Coming in here with another 5 gifted memberships. Dude, that is really sweet of you, man. Winding, from the bottom of my heart, dude, once again, man, thank you so much for your support, dude. That, like I said, you don't realize how much you've helped me out between today and yesterday, and I'm very gratefully thankful for you. So thank you so much for your support. Dude, that is really, really generous of you, and you don't have to. You really don't have to do that, but, dude, thank you so much. That is really sweet of you. Let's see, it sounds like my farm maybe flood up in our area. It looks like I better save our hay in the barn. Yeah, definitely out there by you. We are talking a good amount of rainfall, especially if your farm is prone to flooding. That could be an issue, especially considering how dry it's been out here lately. This introducing a lot of rain. While we do need the rain, as you probably know, while you guys do need the rain out there, it is, whenever you introduce a lot of it at one point, it becomes a big problem regarding flooding. So that I see being an issue for you. And obviously, prepare before the storm gets there to the best you can. Get everything, done that you need to get done beforehand overall. Brian says very slow moving new. I think it's 12 miles an hour. It's I wouldn't say it's extremely slow. I mean, she's not moving too fast. Yeah, she's moving west-northwest at 12 miles an hour. It was going like 20-something at one point in its life. I think it was going to like 24 overall. Once again, Winding, thank you so much. We have a burn ban since it's been so dry, so yeah, it will flood. Yeah, that's going to be a bit of an issue. I hope that's not going to be too impactful for you, my friend. But like I said, you do need a little bit of rain for sure. Definitely out there in Texas. We got a big drought going on out there. It's been pretty brutal. All right, y'all. Let's go and hop over to some models. We're gonna take a look at the HWRF now. A bit of a disclaimer. Like I said, this model is crazy. And this typically takes one of the worst case scenarios I've always noticed. However, it needs to be taken seriously, but not literally. Okay, so this is what the model is suggesting, and honestly, I think this is a realistic approach, to be honest, with this latest run. The HWRF shows this thing getting down into maybe the lower 970 millibar zone, which would be right there around maybe Category 1, Category 2 hurricane status overall. This thing has it making landfall, I believe, right there at Corpus Christi. Yeah, this is right at Corpus Christi. Corpus Christi is right here where my little marker's at. That's Corpus Christi there. So it'll be making landfall according to this model right by Corpus Christi. Remember though, like I said, this is just a model. Take this with a grain of salt. These things are not they're not miracles. they can sometimes be miracles, and sometimes they can be very accurate, but also sometimes they can be very inaccurate. So they're not miracles to 100% show you exactly what's going to happen, but they give you an idea of what the conditions could look like. But yeah, so 971 millibar low, according to according to that. Whoa, maybe a brief eye. Maybe the eye comes out briefly before it makes landfall, or right as it makes landfall, according to this model, before just kind of disintegrating and heading back up there towards the Midwest. So yeah, that's that. Another thing I want to look at is the moisture. That's been a big problem with the models lately. At least the reason why it's not strengthening a whole lot right now is because it's actually rolling into a lot of dry air. So you can see there's your main circulation. There's where the central low is located right here. And down there towards the south, down there where we have that tannish color, that is a lot of low humidity levels. So that's across our lower and our upper atmosphere. So with tropical cyclones and storms in general, they don't like dry air. They need moisture-filled air in order to convect, in order for the storms to get going. And you can see on the northern side of the storm, there's a lot of bluish green. That is showing a lot of moisture. There's a plentiful amount of moisture up to the north. We should get a lot of thunderstorm activity up here. But down here, it'll be pretty dry, and it might be a little bit hard for storms to convect, not to mention, I should say, because of that dry air overall. And what would end up happening because there can't be any storms developing down here is that could hurt its overall structure, because while you're getting a lot of storms firing up here, it needs to have some firing down here to really get that thing going. And since, our storms are only on one side of this the system, that's going to kind of stunt its growth overall, and it's going to make it, struggle quite a bit there overall. Let's see here. Try to get to some of these questions. If I accidentally go over your all's comment, I'm sorry. There's a lot of people here. I'm trying to get to as many people as possible. We're still rebuilding since Harvey. Harvey was a while ago. Yeah, Harvey was pretty bad. Nothing like this, but still a dangerous storm. Yeah, no, this, once again, y'all, this is definitely nothing to compare to Harvey. This thing is certainly not. I do need to update my the pressure here. I think it's at 998 right now. Let me fact check that. Let me make sure that it is 998. 997. Okay, so it's actually a little bit lower. We're just a millibar off here. Let's go ahead and change that. Oops, there you go. She's still at 60 miles an hour though. So just a millibar off. Anyways, but yeah, so that's the whole verdict here is that, dry air will be, the dry air will be an issue for the storm, at least as it pushes further into the Gulf. But once we get towards Texas, it looks like it gets a good hold of that moisture. It looks like it really wraps its way in, even on the eastern side, which allows for convection or storms to happen all around the storm, therefore allowing that storm to quickly pick up some strength. And I think that rapid intensification, rapid strengthening as it approaches land is possible. So that's something we need to look out for. Let's see here. National Weather Service just had a briefing and sent out emails. Let's see. Got a little new info, but not much. I'm not a storm chaser, just a scout spotter. Gotcha. Let's see here. Category 1 is very strong. I stayed in my RV in Florida for a Cat 1. You have to be on the left side of the hurricane for tornadoes. Right-hand side, not left. Yeah, the left side's the clean side, the right side's the dirty side. That's where your strongest wind shear, your kinematics, and your moisture and your thermodynamics are too. Your instability, your CAPE, is highest on the right side, not the left side. But yeah, no, Cat 1s, I mean, while, they might not be very strong, for where you are at. I don't know if you're on the coast or not. For coastal areas, a Category 1 can be very much problematic. It's obviously, it's no Cat 5 or nothing. It's not a major hurricane, of course, but even with tropical storms there can be some damages. You can expect some, outdoor, damages and stuff like that. So, that's a thing that we obviously got to be prepared for. And like I was saying, this thing, I feel like there might even be a possibility of this thing getting into borderline, like lower end Category 2 by the time it makes landfall. As of right now, we are expecting kind of a mid-upper level Category 1 storm with sustained winds of around 85 miles an hour upon landfall. So we're right there in mid-level Category 1 status. But latest models, or the way the models have been talking for a little bit, this model, HWRF for one, does show that this storm could even reach lower end Cat 2. I think it's theoretically possible, but right now we're kind of riding up on, Category 1 strength overall. If I hop over to the HMON, taking a look here at its current status. So once again, as we work our way down in time, at least for the first little bit here, we are seeing a lot of dry air on that storm. Like I was saying, you can see it indicated there in the tan color here. So that tan color is showing that we basically have ourselves, a lot of dry air. There's a lot of dry air getting infiltrated on that southern side of the storm and the eastern side. So that is going to allow for, like I said, that convection to be offset. So those storms are going to be really firing mostly in that northern and western quadrant. It needs to have those storms firing all around the central low. But, you know, with the dry air that could be being pulled, or what it is being pulled up into that storm there, will probably help prevent it from strengthening too much. But here's the thing, you know, as we approach our way further down in time, like the HWRF model showed, once we get to right around the morning of tomorrow, the moisture gets wrapped around on the eastern side of the storm, which at that point will allow for storm activity to start firing on all sides of the system. And at that point, that's whenever, you know, intensification can really kick up. And according to not only the HWRF, but the HMON as well, the one we're looking at, you know, this thing could get a really decent hold of itself by the time it makes landfall overall. This model here shows the system making landfall right around 72 knots. That would be Category 1 strength, you know, kind of mid-upper level Category 1 strength, I believe. But, you know, whenever it comes to it here, you know, we are expecting the system, as it rolls through the Gulf for at least the first little bit, it's going to be slow development. But then once it gets that moisture wrapping on that eastern side here for tomorrow morning, that's whenever we're going to start to see this thing pick up in strength. And it's going to start to, you know, obviously get a little bit stronger and all that stuff, you know. So that's that. Let's see here. Oh my gosh, dude. Brian, coming up with a $20 Cash App donation, man. Thank you so much. Saying, let's see, for weather reports, let's see here, with no YouTube fees. Brian, dude, thank you so much, man. Yeah, YouTube's a little aggressive on their fees. But thank you, man. Brian, that's really sweet of you, dude. You did not have to do that. Seriously, that makes my day. Thank you for your support, man. That is very sweet. Helps me out a lot. You know, cost of living, stuff like that, and these programs here really helps out go towards that. So thank you, my friend. That is very sweet of you. Very, very sweet. Let's see. What's up, Tiffany? Hope you're doing good. Hello from Huntsville. What's up? Hope you're doing good. Watching from Huntsville. Nice. Yeah, so as I was mentioning earlier, Huntsville, I know you're concerned about Huntsville earlier. Huntsville's not going to be in any form of danger. While you're in the cone, you got to remember, this storm is going to be a depression at this point. Sustained winds of 30 miles an hour. The wind field, you know, it's going to be quite small, quite shredded apart at this point, because it's going to be well over land for a while at this point. So the winds are going to be pretty much gone almost. The only thing that, you know, could happen is maybe some rain. The center of that storm could track as far east through like Mississippi and Alabama, or it could go as far west as like eastern Oklahoma and portions of Missouri. Yeah, so the overall effects are not all going to be felt in this area. I want to let you know that. That's just where the center of that depression could end up overall. So, but yeah, no, Huntsville, yeah, more than likely you're going to have absolutely no concerns out of this storm at all. So you should be good, my friend. I agree about the Cat 2 landfall. Yeah, I think it'll be low in Cat 2 by the time it makes landfall. I mean, it's pushing, like I said, right now, mid-upper level Category 1 strength upon landfall, you know, as over the last couple of days. And it does look like, you know, as we mentioned, if we hop back over here to the models and stuff like that, you know, whenever it comes to it, at least for now, like I said, there's a lot of problem with the storm here regarding that dry air. There's a lot of dry air on that southern side of the storm here. It is, you can see there's low humidity levels, both in our lower and upper atmosphere. So there's a lot of dry air that's going to really prevent a lot of convection from occurring down on that southern side, while most of the thunderstorm activity is going to be up there towards the north and the western side. But as we progress our way into tomorrow morning, like I said, you can actually see how we start getting a lot of that moisture wrapping its way around the storm. You start to get a lot of moisture getting into that eastern side of the storm, which would allow for, you know, storm activity to really fire off across all sides, which would really get that storm going. Really would allow for some quick strengthening. So by tomorrow morning, that's probably when this rapid strengthening is going to take place. Right now, you know, for today, for the most part, for the rest of today, it's just going to kind of be sitting there a little bit, maybe a small uptick in strength, but really not a whole lot of strengthening is expected today. But tomorrow, that's whenever things are going to start picking up, because that's when the moisture starts getting wrapped back around into the storm here, you know, and all that stuff overall. So, Let's see here. What's the tornado risk for Houston? So there is no breakdown quite yet from the SPC regarding tornado probabilities. However, I will say that there will be a potential concern for tornadic activity, as any strong low, tropical or not, like I was mentioning, on the eastern side of that storm, the eastern quadrant. We call this the dirty side of the storm. This is where you have your strongest wind shear. This is where you have your strongest, your heaviest amount of moisture. So you get, got a new tornado warning. We'll get to that in a minute. But there is, that's where you get a lot of your moisture being kicked its way up into the storm there, where your strongest kinematics, your strongest winds are in the storm, not just at ground level, but also upper level as well. Overall, your best tornadic ingredients are on the right-hand side. The left-hand side, no, not really. It's the right-hand side where tornadoes often develop in tropical cyclones. So that would put areas near Houston in that tornado risk. Now, let me show you this. So while there's not an exact probability regarding tornadic activity, the Storm Prediction Center, they did mention the fact that there will be the potential out there for, for tornadoes. And we actually do have a slight risk out here towards Houston. I believe this would put us around a 5% chance for tornadoes. 5% chance. So within 25 miles of a given area, there is basically a 5% chance for tornadoes. But there is no breakdown as of right now. That's just me, because of the slight risk there. That's what the slight risk is going to be for. It's going to be for the tornadic activity. Yeah, like I said, that's not for sure, but we'll get into that obviously as the storm does get closer to these areas of land. You're welcome, Tiffany. No problem. Let's see here. He needs to give us a tornado risk. Like I said, right now we got a slight risk out there for Monday, which Monday is going to be the big day overall. And like I said, there's going to be some tornadoes possibly out there near Houston. It obviously depends on where this thing makes landfall. The more west it goes, it's going to put more areas of land in that tornado concern. SPC, Storm Prediction Center, was mentioning that portions out there in both eastern Texas as well as portions of western Louisiana, where that risk is at, there will be the possibility for a couple of spin-up tornadoes. Cyclone-induced tornadic activity is, very, very, very common with these tropical lows. So that is something we'll need to look out for. Let's see. With the Cat 1, I don't think there will be much threat for tornadoes. That's not necessarily true, Go West. Obviously, there's still going to be a good amount of moisture and some kinematic structure to the storm here, which will really allow for potential of some tornadoes. Even with it being a lower-end hurricane, it's still going to have a tornado probability overall. So yeah, don't let your guard down, regarding this system here. I mean, it's no Harvey. It's no Harvey. I know a lot of you people were, kind of comparing Harvey to this. No, it's no Harvey, but like I said, it's still a storm that we need to watch. It's still something we need to prepare for and be ready for, and everything like that. But overall, like I said, yeah, tornadic activity on the storm here is expected. Even the SPC was really mentioning all that. Let's see, praying for everyone affected. Absolutely. Yeah, like I said, we'll have to make sure you guys are ready out there. Once again, this thing is, as of right now, as of right now, the Hurricane Center has this thing making landfall, or that near approach there, for the morning of the 8th. At this point in time, with sustained winds or constant winds of 85 miles an hour, or gusts up to 105 overall. So that right there is what we are expecting regarding the storm here. And obviously, once it digs its way inland, it's going to rapidly deteriorate, rapidly fall apart as it's being taken out of that water, and that lower level structure of the hurricane is getting basically ripped apart by the land. So, and as we work our way into the evening of the 8th, or Monday, we're going to be having ourselves this thing back into tropical storm status, 60 mile an hour sustained with gusts up to 70 as it goes basically just west of Lake Jackson, west of Bay City, east of San Antonio, and then it continues pushing up there to the north overall. But like I was mentioning, though, when it comes to the warnings and stuff like that, y'all, we do... Let's go and turn off the cone here for a minute. We do have a lot of, see here, hurricane. Oh, let me actually turn off the outlook here as well. It's getting in the way there. But we do have hurricane watches in place across the pink there. Those are all hurricane watches. This kind of greenish color, these are storm surge watches where storm surge conditions are possible. I will get into the storm surge here in a second. But like I said, storm surge watches out there from Corpus Christi going up out there towards the Galveston Bay as well out there. So storm surge watches is in place. But yeah, hurricane watches is in effect for pretty much the entire central coast here of Texas overall. But all right, y'all. Well, let's go ahead and hop on over here to the surges. We're going to talk about the latest map and everything like that going on. So this is from the Hurricane Center here, y'all. So as of the latest update, we are expecting about 3 to 5 foot of storm surge at max out of this system here. The heaviest of that's going to be felt there basically between the Baffin Bay to San Luis, or I forgot. Somebody, I think it was, oh shoot. Who told me that? Was it Winding? I think it was Winding that told me it was something else. Out there by San Luis Pass, we'll just call it that. Between Baffin Bay and San Luis Pass, we're talking out there towards Matagorda Bay as well as Corpus Christi Bay. We're expecting about 3 to 5 foot of storm surge out there. For the southern side, between the mouth of the Rio Grande out there towards Baffin Bay, we're expecting about 2 to 4 foot of storm surge. Out there by High Island and San Luis Pass, we're expecting 2 to 4. Out there by the Galveston Bay near Houston, 2 to 4 foot of storm surge. So overall, when it comes to it, the water is going to be pushed up above sea level about 2 to 4 overall. Louis, thank you. San Luis, thank you so much. I appreciate that. Yeah, so out there by San Luis Pass and High Island, 2 to 4 foot of storm surge. And between Baffin Bay up to San Luis Pass, 3 to 5 foot overall. So that is that. But I appreciate you guys. Thank you for correcting me on that. So we're going to hop over here to the rainfall. So they did up the totals since yesterday's update we did with y'all. They did bring it up. They did bring it up quite a bit here. We are talking about 8 to 12 inches at maximum as of right now. Locally, even higher amounts. I saw up to 15 inches in some spots. It's possible. So it depends on where it makes landfall, of course. But the main streak from that system, the core of that storm, is going to be dropping, about basically 8 to 12 inches of rainfall overall. So there is going to be a heck of a lot of rainfall out there in eastern Texas. And like I said, this will be good to an extent because you guys are dry. But there's going to be a lot of flooding because of the amount of rainfall we're getting out of here. Especially with the ground being dry, it can't absorb that water very quickly. The rain is falling down quicker than the ground can absorb it. So there's going to be a lot of flooding. A lot of eastern Texas is going to at least see the potential of 4 to 6 inches of rain. Houston's in about 6 to 8 inches. Waco's about 2 to 4. Same thing for San Antonio. Corpus Christi, Brownsville areas, 2 to 4 inches. But where the landfall of that system is going to take place out there, that is where we're going to see the heaviest amount of rainfall. Now, this could pick its way up there towards Arkansas and northwestern Louisiana too. And the yellow there showing that 4 to 6 inch rainfall amounts out there. So there's going to be a good amount of rain regarding this system. And according to the Weather Prediction Center here, we already do have ourselves a moderate risk for flooding. So that's a level 3 out of 4 on the flooding risk spectrum, giving you at least a 40% chance of flooding every 25 miles of an area across that area in red, which is right on the outskirts there of Houston. So the western sides of Houston, there's a pretty good shot for flooding, at least 40% chance. This is going on out there towards like Victoria. Some of those regions out towards like Bay City. Overall, you guys are inside of that moderate risk for flooding, where flooding is going to be a big concern for you guys out there. So once again, the scale goes up to 4. We're at a level 3 out of 4 as of right now overall. Let's see. Got 43 inches in Harvey. Wow. Yeah, Harvey just sat there. Like I said, the good news is that this storm is nothing to compare to Harvey. First of all, strength-wise, the storm's a lot weaker than Harvey was. Also, motion-wise, the storm's not forecasted just to stop like Harvey kind of did. So that's good news. That's good news. We don't want any of that, but I'm happy to tell you it's not going to be anything like that. It'll be... like I said, she's still a storm that we need to watch for. We definitely need to watch the storm very closely, and it's going to have impacts on the coast. But, once again, nothing like Harvey. So y'all can, it'll be all right. It'll be okay. No need to panic. Just make sure you're ready out there by the hurricane watch areas here overall. Harvey was something else for sure. Yeah, I remember Harvey. Let's see. Things getting closer to Ball, Louisiana. Thank you for all you do. You're very welcome, Kimberly. Glad to help out, my friend. Like I said, I'm glad to be here to help y'all out. Just I just want to make sure you all are ready in weather aware out there. That is what I care about. I want to keep you all safe and prepared. Let's see. What about Mississippi? Are we gonna get some rain? So Mississippi could see a little bit of rain out there. Not a whole lot. On the western side, there could be about 2 to 4 inches. We're still not entirely too sure exactly how much rain, considering that track is still, we still need to work it out for the next couple days. But yeah, out there in Mississippi, we could see about 2 to 4 inches in some spots overall. A lot of the places we'll see about 1 to 2, but there will be some rain from the system. Let's see here. I did say my RV for Cat 1. Gotcha. Yeah, inland, that explains it, Go West. Yeah, these are big concerns for the coast, mostly. And like I said, as you dig your way inland, the storm rapidly falls apart because it's being taken away from waters for once, but it's also, the land interaction. It creates drag on the bottom of the storm, so those winds, they're towards the ground. As they roll inland, they have drag on them, so they slow down. So the interaction of land really slows down those winds, and also, like I said, it takes it away from the water, so it's just really slowing down and breaking up that storm overall. Winding, dude, again, man. Holy cow, man. Dude coming in here with another gifted 5 memberships, dude. You did not have to do that. Like I said, y'all don't have to donate, don't have to do any of that stuff. It's just there in case if you did want to support us. But like I said, y'all, seriously, just y'all being here to get this word and this update's all I care about. But seriously, Winding, thank you so much. That is really, really, really sweet of you. Thank you from the bottom of my heart, my friend. That is really, really sweet. Big shout out goes to you, man. Thank you, Winding. Let's see here. Let's see. Comparison. Harvey versus let's see, Allison. Not familiar with that one. But once again, yeah, bottom line though, y'all, this thing's nothing to compare to Harvey, so that's something y'all don't gotta worry about. it's not gonna pull anything like Harvey, not supposed to. So let's go and hop on back over to models, y'all. So for the people just joining here, first of all, welcome. Like I said, try not to worry too much, y'all. I get it's a little nerve-wracking, and I know you're hearing all over the news right now, hurricane. Try not to let it scare you. Try not to let it get y'all worked up. Like I said, we are going to be here to keep giving y'all updates on the storm here. What I'm giving you is literally a source. I give you information here from direct sources as well as models and everything like that. We give you everything. We lay out everything here for you. That way you can kind of see it for yourself as well. So looking at the models, this is the we call the HWRF model. So this is the HWRF overhaul. So we work our way down in time. Now there's going to be a little bit of a problem for today regarding development of the storm here. So as of right now, there is a bit of dry air getting into that storm. A matter of fact, you can actually see it on that latest satellite imagery. Let me actually show you real quickly. I'm going to go ahead and show you guys what it looks like here. So let me go ahead and show you this real quickly. So there you go. So you can see the storm. Right now, our central low is over here. And you can see that all of our storm activity is well to the west. So there's a lot of dry air getting its way up into that storm right now, which is really kind of hurting its overall development and its overall strengthening trend. She's struggling, but the thing is, hopping back to models here, you can actually see all that tannish brown color that's showing us that there's a lot of... oh my gosh, Anna! Coming in here with a $10 super chat. Thank you so much, Anna. That's really sweet of you. Saying, see, I found you randomly, but you are now one of my favorite weather channels. Oh, thank you, Anna. I really appreciate that, my friend. I'm going to go ahead and leave a heart there for you. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. Like I said, you don't have to do that, my friend. Save your money. Y'all don't have to donate or anything like that. It's much appreciated. It really is, but seriously, y'all don't have to. Once again, thank you so much. That's very, 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 very sweet of you. At the end of the live stream, I'll go ahead and go over our donators again, and I'll give you all once again a big shout out. I'm just very thankful for you guys. Thank you so much, Anna. That's very, very sweet of you. So yeah, as we work our way down in time here, like I was saying, we do have ourselves that dry air. You can see there in the tan there. So on that southern side of the storm, as we are working our way through the waters here, you can see that there is that dry air getting into the storm. So that's going to allow for all that storm activity to really be kind of up there on that northern side of the storm overall. For tropical cyclones, you need storms to be occurring all around that low. And whenever you have storms just on one side, it kind of hurts the overall storm structure, for one. And it also allows it to not really strengthen a whole lot. Now, like I was mentioning, though, as we work our way into tomorrow morning, you can see on the top right, there's a time there. As we approach our way around 1 Central Time, 1 a.m. Central tomorrow morning, that's around that time, we're going to start to get some of that moisture being kind of wrapped around from that western side of the storm. It's going to start to get wrapped around and pulled around the eastern side. So that should allow for some more convection, so some more thunderstorm activity to be happening on the eastern side overall. So that will allow for the storm's entire circular area here to be seeing that convection, to be seeing that thunderstorm activity there overall. So what that's essentially going to do is that is going to allow for the storm to actually pick up some strength, and it's going to allow it to probably rapidly intensify as we do get close to the coast here. And this is my opinion. Like I said, take this how you want. I wouldn't be surprised if this storm did make landfall as maybe a low-end Category 2. I think that's a possibility, but obviously go off the Hurricane Center right now. They have it at a kind of a mid-upper level Category 1. Just given the fact that the latest tracks and how it might have a little bit more time in the water, not to mention as it gets a hold of itself moisture-wise, and once it goes into these rapidly conducive environment for strengthening, I should say. Once it gets into that point in time, it will, pick up. It will definitely pick up, and it will start to strengthen pretty quickly, starting tomorrow morning. So we'll definitely watch its progression. Once again, I'm going to give you all many updates, throughout the day. I'm going to do another one this evening today, maybe around like 10 o'clock Eastern, and I'll do another one tomorrow, of course, tomorrow morning. Or sorry, tomorrow afternoon we'll do an early one, like around the same time today we did, as well as one tomorrow evening as well. We'll just keep you updated, and then of course whenever landfall happens, I'll go live for you guys. Let's see, I'm thinking 1 or 2. Yeah, it'll either be an upper Cat 1 or a lower Cat 2 overall. That's what I believe. Let's see. I'm a Hurricane Charlie survivor. I was in Eyewall when I got to Orlando. 145. Nothing compared to that. No, absolutely not. But they are still very impactful. Even tropical storms can be very problematic for people, especially the amount of water we're seeing out of the storm here. Some areas could see up to a foot of rain, for one. But also, you got to think of that storm surge. 3 to 5 foot. Yeah, it's not the worst in the world, but that is 3 to 5 foot of storm surge of waters above sea level being pushed inland, plus the rain on top of that, up to a foot in some areas. Even larger. I've even heard from the Weather Service saying up to 15 inches in some localized areas cannot be ruled out. So, with it being like that and all, yeah, I mean, flooding is going to be a big problem. Even the winds, there could be some wind damage to some areas, but once again, yeah, it's not a cat. It's not a really crazy hurricane at the end of the day, but it is a hurricane, and it's definitely capable of some impacts overall. Oh my gosh, dude. Holy cow, Brian! Coming in here with a $22 Cash App donation. Holy cow, dude. Oh my gosh. I am literally speechless, Brian. Thank you, dude, for the 22. Let's see, for Winding Creek Farm of Texas on YouTube. Thank you so much. Yeah, big shout out to you, Winding, or Brian. Thank you so much, dude. That is really nice of you. That is like awfully sweet. Dude, thank you. Thank you so much. That is just really thankful. I'm very thankful for that, my friend. Once again, y'all don't have to do any of that. But, dude, I am really thankful for you, my friend. Thank you so much. You're awesome. Big shout out goes to you, man. Let's see here. What's up, Ava? I'm back in California now, but praying for y'all. I have friends, let's see, that are first responders. Keep them in your prayers if it gets bad. Absolutely. Yeah, I'll make sure to keep them in my prayers for sure. Because like I said, it's not going to be the worst hurricane in existence. No, it's not going to be this massive hurricane. It will have issues. Yes, there will be flooding problems. There will be some wind concerns and, typical tropical cyclone concerns, but it's not the end of the world. It's not the end of the world. I just want to be here to help you guys out overall. I know there's a lot of people making more of a deal out of this than it really is, but, you know, it's something we don't ignore. It's something we need to watch, but it's something to not completely freak out over. Let's see here. Tropical storms can be very damaging also. Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. You know, some wind damages are possible. Like I said, regarding this storm, I'm concerned a lot about the water effects. Let me bring you all back over here to that rainfall map again to go ahead and show you what we were talking about. So this is the overall rainfall projection. This is the latest outlook here from the Weather Prediction Center. So out there by Houston, we could see 6 to 8 inches of rainfall. To the west out there in that big orange trail there, we could see about 8 to 12 inches of rain. There's a lot of rain potential in that. And like I was mentioning, the Weather Service did say that there is a possibility up to 15 inches of rainfall. Could be a bit of a problem, of course. And not to mention for those coastal areas out there as well, that is going to see that surging, which if we hop over to the surge maps here overall, you can see that, we are talking maybe 3 to 5 foot of storm surge, out there between Baffin Bay and St. Louis Pass. I think that's right. Out there, 3 to 5 foot there towards the Matagorda Bay, Corpus Christi Bay. Now, as you go a little higher up north towards the Galveston Bay, out there near Houston, San Luis Pass and High Island, 2 to 4 foot of storm surge. So it does lower a little bit the more north you go. Same thing for the Baffin Bay and out there by the mouth of the Rio Grande, about 2 to 4 foot of storm surge is expected out there. So that is that is what the latest surging is. So it's once again, it's not the end of the world, but flooding and all that stuff will be a problem. Here's the latest flooding outlook here from the Weather Prediction Center. Here we do have ourselves a moderate risk out there, at least a 40% chance for flooding overall. You can see out there just west of Houston, kind of north of Corpus Christi for the most part. There's a big area here of flooding potential. That does go out there towards like Victoria, Texas. If you know anybody out there by Victoria, Texas, there could be some pretty good flooding activity out there overall. So that is, that's something that I want you guys to be watching out for. Let's see. See, Ike knocked out our power for a month. Wow. Yeah, hopefully this won't do much of that. There's probably going to be some power outages regarding it. Typical tropical cyclone activity does give you some power outages in places, but once again, this is not like a Cat 5. It's not a major hurricane. It's like I said, it's an upper level Cat 1. I think it has potential for a low end Category 2. Which we need to watch out for. But it just boils down to it, y'all. Out there by the Texas coast, let's go and hop y'all back over here. Out there by the Texas coast, we have those tropical storm warnings in place for that southern tip. We got hurricane watches likely to turn into hurricane warnings here by later today. Out there by the central side of Texas. Just make sure you're prepared. Obviously, the earlier you can prepare, the better. Make sure you have a case of water too. As well as, some food, non-perishable foods, just, typical survival items. Make sure you have those, weather radio if possible, flashlight, extra batteries, important documents, put those in your safe spot. It'll all be all right, guys. It will be fine. And I just want you all to prepare. It's obviously best to prepare for the worst and hope for the best. Once again, yes, this is not a Harvey. This is not a really, really bad, this is nothing that you guys ain't used to out there by this coast. I'll say that. But with that being said, though, it is still a concern. There is still some damage possibilities overall and all that stuff. But yeah, so, once again, just be prepared for it. That's all I can really tell you. Just make sure to get ready for it. It's still a little ways away out. We're getting closer, though. She's doing a lot better. In the latest scans you can see from yesterday, or from this morning here, it was very disorganized, convection everywhere. Northern side, we had the big ball. On the western side, we had that ball. And then the central. Within the last several hours here, you can see how it's a lot more organized. Big band of convection just popped off. But you can clearly see where it is drawing in some dry air out there, in that region on that south flank. That's the main concern right now with that storm's strength. So today, it's not set to strengthen a whole lot because of that dry air. But like I said, here, let's go and hop on back over here. But that will eventually the storm will eventually overcome this dry air. So right now it's just bringing in a bunch of dry air, which is stunting that storm activity on the southern flank of the the southern flank of the storm in general. But as we approach tomorrow morning, like I was saying, you can see that we're going to start to get a lot of moisture on that western side. The western side is going to have a good adequate amount of moisture, and that's going to start to get kind of swirled its way into that eastern side of the storm, which that is going to allow for more storm activity to happen where there's not storm activity right now. And overall, that will allow for the entire storm's circle here to be convecting and be actually overall strengthening. So bottom line is, what I'm trying to say here is that this dry air here is going to kind of limit its development for right now. But as we approach tomorrow morning, it's going to be completely back into a lot of moisture, which will allow for the storm to rapidly strengthen. And like I said, I think it has potential for a low in Cat 2 upon landfall. I don't think that can be ruled out. So I think it's either going to make landfall as an upper Category 1 or a lower in Category 2. I think that's what it's going to be sticking out there for. Let's go and hop on back over here to the main view over here. So regarding the storm here overall, right now, like I was saying, she is sustained at 60 miles an hour. So we're seeing constant winds of 60 miles an hour here with gusts getting up to 70. So we are talking up to 70 mile per hour wind gusts. By tonight, not a whole lot's expected as it's still going to be battling that dry air overall. But once we start to work our way into the morning here for tomorrow, we're talking, sustained winds of 65 up there with gusts getting up to 75 miles an hour overall. So we're getting a little stronger by tomorrow morning once it starts to get all that moisture. Then it rapidly strengthens for the evening of tomorrow with sustained winds around 75 with gusts up to 90 out there. So we're going to be getting a lot stronger the closer we do get to coast. And right there at the coast, according to the latest Hurricane Center advisory, we're going to be sustained there with 85 with gusts up to 105 miles an hour. So that is overall what the latest cone has. And of course, once it makes landfall for the kind of the evening here of the evening of Monday, once it makes that landfall, it's going to rapidly fall apart because the drag from the storm rolling over land it really slows down those winds overall. Not to mention it's getting pulled out of that warm water overall. Let's see, we're getting some tornado warnings. Let me pull up my radar real quickly here. We're gonna take a look and see what's going on out there. Let's see. I've been hearing some nadir warnings. Let's take a look. We got a reported tornado in Kansas, apparently. Hold on, let's take a look at that real quick. Yep, tornado reported out there. Holy cow. Got a few storms, got some quarter hail on those guys, too. Take a look at velocity. Kind of hard to see. There's a big hole in the radar there. Anyways, but yeah, so like I was saying, though, we'll have to just be prepared out there. Make sure you have everything all ready. Let's see. Where do I think the hurricane will go? It's going to be making landfall out there, either just kind of right by Corpus Christi or just south of the Galveston area. So it's going to be making that landfall either between Galveston and between like Corpus Christi. I think that's like your most likely path here. Yeah, your most likely path of this thing going. It's going to be in those regions there. Let's see here. Each hurricane's different. That's very true. That's very true. Absolutely. And also know that the heaviest impacts, they're going to be felt there on the coast. They're going to be felt there on the coast. And those conditions are going to rapidly improve. The closer, they're going to rapidly improve the more further inland we go. Because, like I said, it's going to be losing its steam immediately. As soon as it starts touching that land there, it's going to start to have some problems. Let's see. haven't strapped down our beehives yet. I got you. Yeah, it's good to just make sure you're prepared before it hits. Like I said, we're expecting the morning of Monday to be the time. And like I said, I'll be live as well to cover this with you guys. I'll be giving you all updates and everything like that. Let's see. I live 90 miles west of Victoria, Texas. It's hot outside if you factor in heat index. Yeah, it's pretty warm here in Florida too. It's a little toasty out here. So I know here in Liberty we're having flooding from the flood a few weeks ago. The river is still very high, and kind of storm surge won't be a good thing with rain. Yeah, it is relatively dry across a lot of Texas for one, and we're gonna get a lot of rain for these areas, which that's going to be a bit of an issue. It's going to be a bit of an issue, and that's going to allow for those. So first of all, the ground is very dry, and if you introduce a lot of water in a short period of time, if you introduce a lot of water, it is going to be a big flooding issue because the water cannot absorb as much water as it's raining. So that's going to be an issue. Not to mention, let's hop on back over here, y'all. Whenever it comes to that surging and stuff like that, like I was saying, we are expecting about 3 to 5 foot of storm surge out there overall. 3 to 5 foot of storm surge out there by the central side of Texas. 2 to 4 out there by like Galveston Bay area. Baffin Bay to the mouth of Rio Grande, about 2 to 4 foot of storm surge expected. That's the water coming inland from the beaches. Now, the rain on top of that, like I said, that's one of the main concerns. Out of the storm in general, one of the main problems here is going to be the rain or just the water concern in general. The flooding from the storm surge and also the flooding from the amount of rain that we're going to be seeing here. So we are talking the potential of 8 to 12 inches of rainfall out there just west of Houston. That is a bit of a concern. Houston is expecting around 6 to 8 inches overall. So 6 to 8 inches of rainfall out there is expected. So there's going to be a good amount of rain out there. Dallas Fort Worth about maybe 1 to 2 inches or so. San Antonio up to 2 to 4. Corpus Christi 2 to 4 as well. Let's see here. Is Brenham, Texas going to be hit hard? Let's see. I can look at that for you, my friend. Let's see. You, my friend, okay, so you're going to be getting maybe some tropical storm force wind gusts, but a lot of the activity is going to be to your west. Your main concern for you is, rain. You're going to have about 6 to 8 inches of rain possible nearby, so there's going to be a good amount of rain out there. That latest map has really uptrended those rain totals overall. And like I was mentioning, the Weather Service was basically saying that there is a possibility here of up to 15 inches in localized areas. So that is what I'm mostly concerned about. Is all the rain out there that's heading their way, and plus the coastal flooding and stuff like that. The H in Brenham. Oh, it's Brenham. Sounds like Brenham. Gotcha. Thank you. Appreciate that. I'll try to remember it. I'm not the best at remembering things. Whenever it comes to it, dude, I tell you, man, my if you tell me if you tell me it's named one thing, I will continue to say the wrong name over and over. Absolutely. Holy cow, dude. I just realized something, y'all. We just hit 27,000 subscribers, dude. Holy cow, y'all. Thank you guys so much for that. That is really, really... Dude, that is really, really sweet of y'all. Thank you so much for that, y'all. I did not expect to reach 27,000 today. If you haven't already, consider subscribing, leaving a like. Be greatly appreciated. Like I said, I'm here for you. I want to help keep y'all prepared. That's all I'm here for. Is just to keep y'all weather aware and keep y'all prepared and stuff like that. And like I said, I'm glad to be here with you guys. So you got it. Thank you. I appreciate it. Let's see here. Wishing everyone in the places. Let's see. It's been. Hold on. Wishing everyone in the places it's been, God bless them. Yeah, like I said, we'll like I said, make sure you send out your prayers for these people. Like I said, I'm sure, like I said, it's not going to be the end of the world, but you know, it's something you don't want to ignore. Okay, it's something you don't want to ignore, but it is still serious. It is still serious, and like I said, flooding is the main problem out of this guy. Wind damage is also possible with the storm overall, but you know, like I said, don't let it worry you too much. Don't let it worry you too much. All right, y'all. We're gonna hop on over here to the models again. I'm actually gonna take a look at some of the models we haven't really looked at here. So let's go ahead and take a look at some of those. Like I said, it's good to look at all models and not just one, because well, you don't want to be biased towards a model. That's what I'm saying. I lay out all the information for you guys. So one thing I am seeing in common with all these models, and which is actually currently going on right now, you can see that in the model here, there's a lot of brownish kind of tan color here. So at this current state, at the storm's current state, and let me actually show you right now too on the infrared view. You see on the northwestern side, there's all that storm activity, and it's kind of dry over here. That's the thing. There's a lot of dry air. That's on that south and that eastern side of the storm right now. And that's going to continue to be a thing for at least today. So that's what's really kind of preventing this storm from like really, really taking off overall. So that's the thing about that. Now, so I'm going to hop back to models here. So as we work way down in time, you can see the times in the top right here. We have all that dry air on the south, so all of our storm activity is happening in the northwestern quadrant. As we approach tomorrow, so like I said, tomorrow, we're going to start to get a lot of that moisture on that eastern side here of the cyclone. So the eastern side is going to start convecting again, and that's going to allow for the storm to, you know, obviously pick up a bit of strength as we approach out there by Texas. This model shows it, you know, kind of in the mid 970 millibar zone. That would put it right around, let's see here, 66 knots. Yeah, 66 knots there. That would be Category 1 strength, basically. Yeah, basically Category 1 strength, according to this model. But yeah, regardless, a lot of the strengthening is set to happen tomorrow, starting tomorrow morning, as that, you know, as that moisture-filled air starts rolling back in. It's not just that model. Like I said, I mean, it's very common between the models here. Here's a different model run. You can see that the dry air gets on that bottom side there overall. And then as we work way down in time, you can see how that moisture-filled air really starts wrapping its way back into that storm. So that would allow for the thing to strengthen. Like I said, that would definitely allow for the storm to strengthen and kind of get a hold of itself tomorrow morning, and before it makes landfall out there for the morning of Monday overall. Let's see here. What's the winds going to be like in Houston? Good question. So listen up, my Houston folks out there. So when it comes to Houston, we could definitely see some tropical storm force winds. We are not under any hurricane warnings or watches right now out there, so that's good. For the Galveston Bay, let's go and hop on back here to the main view. For the Galveston Bay, we do have a storm surge watch here. So a storm surge watch means that storm surging down in time is possible. We are expecting about 2 to 4 foot of storm surge out there, but with the winds, like you were saying, I wouldn't be surprised if we got some tropical storm force winds. As this thing scrapes by Houston, it's still going to be tropical storm force. This is for the evening of Monday. We are going to be seeing the storm sustained here with 60 mile an hour constant winds with gusts up to 70. So, yeah, overall, the storm here is going to be losing a lot of steam as it rolls inland, but I do think that we're going to be kind of, reaching right around like tropical storm force wind gusts out there by Houston. I think it's a real possibility. I do think that is a real possibility overall. Any chance the hurricane hits Beaumont, Texas? Let's see. Let me pull up Beaumont real quickly for you, man. I got you. Like I said, I want to help y'all out as much as I can, so whenever I can, I will. Okay, so Beaumont's going to be a little bit north. The storm is supposed to make landfall to your south. You're going to get some gusty winds. I will tell you that. There could be some gusty winds. A good amount of rainfall there, too. You could be seeing maybe about, not a whole lot, not the worst in the storm, but you're about 4 to 6 inches of rainfall overall. So there is going to be a pretty good amount of rain out there towards your region overall. Let's see here. Cindy, thank you so much coming in here with a $10 Venmo donation. Cindy, thank you. Thank you so much, Cindy. That's really, really sweet of y'all. Like I said, y'all don't have to donate or anything like that. But seriously, thank you, Cindy. That's really sweet of you. Thank you for your support. Helps me out a whole lot, y'all. Thank you, Cindy. Greatly appreciated, my friend. Dude, y'all are very sweet. Thank you from the bottom of my heart, guys. Much, much appreciated. It's Beaumont. Gotcha. Thank you. Appreciate it. Let's see here. What's up, Andy? Hope you're doing good, man. Glad to have you here. But yeah, so that's kind of where we stand. Once again, here's the latest satellite imagery of it. So currently, like I was mentioning, y'all, the storm is a tropical storm, sustained winds of 60 miles an hour. 60-mile-an-hour sustained winds with gusts up to 70. So we're gusting near hurricane force, but we're still in tropical storm realm. Hurricane force would be 75 and higher. It's at 60 sustained, so it's tropical storm force. Gusting up to 70, so it's just shy of hurricane force wind gusts. But as we approach our way here into tomorrow, tomorrow morning here, we're going to be starting to strengthen as that moisture starts wrapping into the eastern flank of the storm, as we start to get that convection occurring again on the eastern side. Overall, we'll be gusting in the hurricane force by tomorrow morning. And of course, this thing will become sustained at hurricane force by the evening of tomorrow, sustained at 75 with gusts up to 90 at that point. And of course, at their point landfall for the morning of Monday, we're going to be sustained at 85 with gusts up to 105. Is Converse Louisiana so good? Yeah, Louisiana doesn't really have much of a concern. The only thing is, here, I'll show you the map, is rain. Louisiana's going to see probably a pretty good amount of rain out there overall. You can actually see out there for like the northwestern side towards Shreveport. We are seeing about 4 to 6 inches of rain out there. For places out along the kind of southwestern, northeastern side here of Louisiana, we could be talking maybe 2 to 4 inches of rainfall out there, and then the rest out there towards the east could see maybe like 1 to 2 inches overall. So, yeah, so that's kind of where we're standing with that. But yeah, not a lot of winds out there by Louisiana. Could get a little gusty in the western side, but overall, the heaviest winds are going to be felt there towards like the central coast of Texas overall. Do thunderstorms stabilize the air? Their downdrafts, their cooler air can stabilize the atmosphere for further convection, but that's not really relevant to the storm right here. Let's see. I live on Mississippi Gulf Coast. Could we have water rising? April, not really. No. The storm surges are cutting off here at like Texas, and maybe we could get a little slight rise in like western Louisiana, maybe. Nothing big though. Nothing concerning. But yeah, for Mississippi, no. There's gonna be probably no notice of the storm even happening, other than maybe a little bit of rain nearby. But other than that, it's not gonna be very noticeable. So we should be good. Let's see here. I'm in Houston, and Costa is packed. Oh yeah, I could imagine. So that's what I'm saying. It's good to prepare earlier as you can. Like I was mentioning, supply and demand for tropical cyclones is utterly ridiculous. Supply is low, demand is high. So obviously, the earlier you can get to it, the better. Make sure you have a few cases of water, non-perishable food, stuff like that. Once again, it's not the end of the world, guys. It's not the end of the world. But it's good to be prepared. It's good to prepare for the worst. Hope for the best, prepare for the worst. And once again, we'll be doing coverage. I'll be live to update you guys for this for the next several days until it makes landfall. And then once it makes landfall, we'll cover that. And then that'll be the end of the storm here. We're coming up on the end of the storm here. We've covered this thing all the way up there in the Windward Islands, there in the Lesser Antilles, and we covered it through Jamaica. We did not really cover much of the Yucatan because that was 4th of July night. And of course, this thing approaching Texas we're going to cover. Yep, the first hurricane of the season, man, was Category 5 at one point. Yeah, this thing did become a Cat 5 as it rolled off the Lesser Antilles, which is pretty wild. Winding! Dude! Holy cow, man. Wow. Winding, thank you so much, man, for the 5 gifting as well. Dude, that is incredible, man. Thank you so much for your support, dude. I really appreciate that. Winding, you are awesome, dude. From the bottom of my heart, thank you so much for your support. That is very sweet. That, like I said, that really helps me out. It really does, and yeah, I'm really thankful for that, my friend. I'm really thankful for you. Thank you, seriously, for your support. You didn't have to do that. Like I said, I'm cool with y'all just chilling and watching. I don't even ask for you to. I mean, I will ask from time to time if you guys could subscribe, consider it at least. But I'm not gonna sit there and hold you against it. Just consider it. But like I said, all I want out of this is just for you guys to be ready, know what's heading your way, and know what to expect, essentially. And I'm here to tell you that it'll be okay. It's not the end of the world, but it is still a system we don't ignore, but it's something we need to prepare for. I mean, it's something we need to prepare for, but it's something we don't need to, like I said, completely panic over. It'll be fine. It'll be all right, y'all. Like I said, we'll keep an eye on it, and the more information we gather, I'll let y'all know with new updates and stuff like that. What's up, Rainbow Obsidian? Hope you're doing good. Yeah, Winding here though, coming with the support, man. That is just very sweet of you, man. Thank you so much for your help. I really appreciate it. And like I said, you help make this possible, help pay for my programs and stuff like that. So I deeply appreciate it, my friend. Seriously, from the bottom of my heart, thank you so much. All right, let's go ahead and hop on back over here, y'all, to the Storm Surge map. So we're going to take a look at that again. So yeah, here's the latest regarding the Storm Surges. Once again, maximum Storm Surge is going to be out there between the Baffling Bay up there towards St. Louis Pass. 3 to 5 foot of Storm Surge, so 3 to 5 foot of water being above sea level is expected. So we're going to have about 3 to 5 foot of water come inland across those regions there from the hurricane. So that's something we need to expect. Out there by Matagorda Bay, out there towards Corpus Christi Bay. Yeah, 3 to 5 foot of Storm Surge. 2 to 4 out there by Galveston Bay overall. Not as crazy out there near High Island or St. Louis Pass out there. Mouth of Rio Grande and Baffling Bay, 2 to 4 foot overall is expected out there. Let's see, when's the hurricane come for Tulsa? It's not heading really for Tulsa. No, it's gonna be far east of y'all. Oklahoma, in general could see maybe a little bit of rain, but nothing crazy, really. Let's see here. Hurricane Charlie hit around the 4th of August, 145. Wow. Yeah, Charlie was pretty bad as well. But like I said, this is nothing to compare to some of these other hurricanes. Like, once again, this is it's not a Harvey. For the people wondering, no, it's not going to be like Harvey. It's going to be easier than Harvey was. The storm is going to be rolling. It's going to be constantly moving, first of all. The storm's not just going to stop dead in its water like Harvey kind of did. There's going to be a lot of rain with this system, up to 15 inches locally in some spots out there by Texas where the coast is. But yeah, overall, whenever it comes to it, though, like I said, it'll all be all right, my friends. It'll all be all right. I mean, it's something to prepare for. It's something to keep an eye out there for. But like I said, at the end of the day, it's not the end of the world. Let's see here. Time to pray, just hate power outages. Yeah, that's going to be a concern out there, is those power outages and stuff like that. So we'll have to look at that. That'll likely be a concern. Let's go and hop back to models here, y'all. We're going to take a look back at the models, and let's see. So yeah, that's the overall verdict with the storm here. It's going to let's see here. Overall, she's having a hard time right now, kind of pick up some strength because of obviously that dry air that's getting onto that southern and that eastern side of the cell, or sorry, I keep on saying cell, southern and eastern side of the storm here overall. That's allowing for that storm to, well, essentially kind of have all that convection, having all of that thunderstorm activity to the north, which doesn't really organize the system very well when you have convection on one side of a storm. So that dry air is a problem right now. And as we approach our way into, like I said, tomorrow overall, as we approach our way up there towards tomorrow morning, we're going to start to get that moisture getting on the eastern side of this storm, which is going to allow for convection or thunderstorm activity to be happening all around that storm. in general. So that'll be good, obviously for the storm's sake. Which that would not be good because that's going to allow for the storm to rapidly pick up some. It's going to allow for the storm to rapidly pick up some intensification as it does work its way closer towards landfall. And once again, landfall is going to be there for the morning of Monday. For the people wondering, Monday morning is when we're expecting the landfall out of the storm here. I'm expecting upper level category 1, maybe low end category 2 upon landfall. I don't think it's going to get any stronger than that. Because it's only going to have a certain amount of time to strengthen by the time it does reach Texas's coast here. And I think that maximum strength is going to get up to, like I said, maybe lower end category 2 overall. Let's see, had over 9 foot of water in my house. Wow. From Harvey. That's crazy. Goodness. Don says prediction for College Station, Texas, please. Also, thank you for your knowledge and keeping us prepared. No problem, Don. You're very welcome. Let's see here. College Station. Here, let me hop on over here real quickly. Okay, so I got good news for you. So those winds, you're not going to really feel the winds as much because the storm's going to be downgraded by the time it kind of gets to you. The center of the storm is set to pass near you, but around that time it's going to be a tropical depression. You could see some wind gusts up to 45 miles an hour. The thing is, the main problem for you, my friend, is going to be rain. And we are expecting the potential out there of around 6 to 8 inches of rainfall nearby. So, Don, I would expect maybe 6 to 8 inches of rain. That is kind of what we're looking at regarding it overall. So 6 to 8 inches of rain is in the expectancy range. But, whenever it comes to it, main concern is going to be rain for you, my friend. Like I said, try not to let it worry you too much. If you're in an area that's prone to flooding, if you're in a region that is prone to flooding, make sure that you prepare ahead of time. Let's see here. What about Lady Divine says, what about Willis, Texas? Got you, my friend. Gotcha. Let's see here. Willis, Texas. Okay, so you're kind of in a similar area, actually, slightly to the east. So yeah, same thing kind of applies for you out there near Houston, and where you're a little north of Houston. We are talking about 6 to 8 inches of rainfall, so 6 to 8 inches of rain is expected out there. Whenever it comes to the hurricane effects, that's going to be to your south, so you're not going to feel hurricane force winds. You could have some wind gusts up to 45 miles an hour, what we're looking at here, because by the time it approaches nearby, it's going to have sustained winds of around 35 around that wind field, with gusts getting up to 45 overall. So, yeah, the main thing is just rain for you. Yeah, the heaviest effects with the winds are going to be felt there between like Corpus Christi and areas south of Houston, basically between Galveston and some of those regions just south of Corpus Christi overall. We do have hurricane watches in place for those regions here. You can see hurricane watches are in effect for those pink areas, and tropical storm warnings and also hurricane watches are in effect for those areas down south. Also storm surge watches going all the way up towards the Galveston Bay. You're welcome, Don. You're welcome, Divine, no problem. Let's see here. What about Stephenville, Texas? No problem, my friend. Let's see here. Go ahead and bring this up. All right, my friend. So you're gonna be more than fine. Yeah, so you're far west of you're barely gonna get any winds out of this, honestly. You might have a couple gusty winds, but nothing super wild. You're west of Waco. Actually, you're west of Dallas. You're probably not going to see much effects from this storm, to be honest with you. You might get a little bit of rain, honestly, but you're going to be probably less than 1 to 2 inches overall. So you should be good. John Beam, dude, thank you so much, man. Coming with a $2 support. I appreciate that. Saying, what does hurricane season look like for North Carolina? So overall, the hurricane season this year, we have a La Nina, or actually near neutral conditions, which we are expecting an above active season. The sea surface temperatures, the waters, are already a lot warmer than they typically are for this time of the year. They had a really warm start. This year we broke records by the waters warming up quicker than they typically do. Anyways, for North Carolina, obviously, there's no way for me to be able to say, yeah, you're going to get this amount of storms if you're going to get any storms at all. What I can tell you is that, yes, we're going to have an active season, and does that put your probability up of having more tropical systems? Yeah, it puts everybody's probability up higher. When you have a more active season, it's more likely for somebody or everybody to get tropical cyclones. But I'm not saying you will. There's no way for me to even tell you if there's going to be even one for North Carolina. But like I said, it's going to be an overall increased probability for all of us. Hopefully that helps. That's all I can really tell you on that. Other than that, I simply don't know. We don't really know. Do I think the trend? Let's see. Do I think it'll keep the trend of moving east? What, the storm is not? It's moving west, my friend. It's moving west, northwest. Yeah, she's not moving east. She's just gonna make landfall where the hurricane watches are in place. I think we've pretty much pinpointed where this thing's gonna end up making landfall overall. Let's see. How does the Woodlands, Texas, fare in the storms? Let's see here. Let me pull this up real quickly. Can you? Yeah, here you go. Is it Woodland? Maybe Woodland. For like northeastern Texas. So yeah, we're gonna get a little bit of gusty winds maybe out of the storm later on down in time. This will be pretty much for the for the 9th and 10th. You guys up there are gonna get up there here. Let me bring up the map for rainfall overall. So when it comes to it, we're gonna see maybe about 4 to 6 inches of rainfall on that northeastern side. That's near like Texarkana areas. Now you're west. That puts you maybe near like 2 to 4 inches. Regardless, yeah, there's still a good amount of rain out there up in the northeastern side. Let's see. Our flood watch goes into effect evening until Tuesday morning for Fayette County. Gotcha. Yeah, a lot of flooding is going to be a concern with the storm surge. Plus, also the, like I said, the heavy amount of rainfall we are expecting out of the storm for sure. Let's see here. What about Rockport? I think we just did Rockport, if I'm not mistaken, but I'll check it again. Oh, never mind. We did not do Rockport. Okay. Yes. So Rockport, I remember talking about Rockport. So Rockport is, inside of the heavy stuff. Okay. So, you, my friend, you need to prepare for this if you're out there in Rockport. We do have hurricane watches. Hurricane conditions are possible. You'll likely, or you potentially could see you could potentially see hurricane force winds out here. We are expecting some surges out there of right around 3 to 5 foot overall. And unfortunately, you're kind of in an area where the heaviest rainfall is expected. You're kind of out there near 8 to 12 inches of rainfall. You're right near Victoria. Oops, everything just kind of minimized on me. My computer loves to do that from time to time. Anyways, but yeah, so when it comes to it, yeah, you're going to see quite a bit of rainfall out there as well with this system. And once again, the timing for this thing making landfall, we're going to have this thing rolling through in the morning of the 8th, which is Monday. Let's see. Yep, we can finally trust the path now. Yeah, it's kind of evened itself out, thankfully. What about Arkansas Pass, Texas here? Let's see here. Let me pull this up for you, my friend. You're welcome, Juju. No problem. Let's see here. All right, for you, my friend, yeah, kind of same thing applies. You're right there near Rockport. So same thing basically applies. Hurricane conditions down in time at this point is expected. I would expect to have hurricane warnings by today. You're probably going to have hurricane warnings by this evening. So, yeah, I would expect for hurricane wind speeds, like I said, 3 to 5 foot of storm surge out there. Most of these areas are probably going to take that. But yeah, 3 to 5 foot of storm surge is a possibility out there by you. And yeah, rainfall wise, like I said, you're kind of in a heavy area, a heavy hitter for the rainfall. Right there, right around like 8 to 12 inches overall. By the way, guys, if y'all could do me a solid, maybe consider sharing this with a friend or family member. Help get that word out there, man. Like I said, these updates, I try to make them as informative and as down-to-earth as possible. I know there's a lot of crazy forecasters out there, but like I said, I throw down everything. I let y'all know what everything is doing, model-wise, Hurricane Center-wise. I mean, we keep it real with you. And I even give you my input on it. And like I said, right now the Hurricane Center has this thing hitting as kind of a mid-level Cat 1. I have a feeling, considering that it has a little bit more time in the water, and since it's supposed to, kind of cut out that dry air infiltration by later tomorrow morning, and it's going to start strengthening due to that moisture being, equally distributed throughout the storm, that will allow for the storm to pick up strength. And like I said, I think it's possible that the storm could even reach low wind category 2. That's kind of where I'm standing. My personal opinion, I think it's going to be either an upper category 1 or a lower end cat 2 upon landfall. Take that how you want. Hurricane Center, they have it for a cat 1, but that's my opinion. That's what I believe. We'll have to see with further updates and stuff. But I just think, once it gets into those waters there's no wind shear. There is, just really warm waters out there, and, a lot of moisture will be present as it approaches towards Texas. So that's that. When's the next update? From the Hurricane Center? Let me look and see. So the latest update came through at 1 p.m. 2 Eastern. So new update will come out in, I think, about 50 minutes. Should come out at 5 Eastern or 4 Central, I think. Pretty sure it's every 3 hours. Let's see here. No problem. Let's see, how will Austin hold up? So Austin, yeah, so you guys could see some wind gusts up to tropical storm force out there by Austin. Obviously, rainfall is going to be a bit of a problem. Austin, Texas, out there, it's not really listed, but you are south of Waco. You could see possibly, yeah, you're on the way to San Antonio. You could see right around 2 to 4 inches. Even 2 to 4 inches of rain could be, problematic for some minor flooding. That is a possibility. When it comes to it, though, yeah, like I said, that's kind of what we're expecting. A lot of the rain's going to be to your east. You could have some gusty winds, but a lot of that's going to mostly be to that. Let's see here. Joe, yeah, like I said, you're fine, man. No need to panic. Like I said, this is not like Harvey. This is not like any other crazy storm like that. While it is not the end of the world, it is something I want you to prepare for, because especially out there by the coast, because like I said, we have some heavy effects out by the coast. 3 to 5 foot of storm surge could be problematic for people on the coast, and of course, like I said, up to 15 inches of rain in some areas. From the models and the Hurricane Center and stuff like that. Yeah, it certainly seems possible. Certainly does seem possible. But like I said, y'all, yeah, no need to panic, y'all. It'll all be all right. Let's see. You're welcome, WW. No problem. Let's see. What about Lufkin? Lufkin. Let's see here. Lufkin, Texas. Gotcha, my friend. You. Okay, so it's going to be a tropical depression as it passes nearby. So that's good news. So the winds are going to be pretty weak by the time they get to you. You could have some gusts, maybe 30 to 45 miles an hour, as the depression does pass nearby. The thing is, though, you're going to get a lot of rain out of the storm here. We're talking, let's see here. Actually, you're right on the edge of that 2 to 4 and 4 to 6 inch range. That's going to likely change as we get closer. But yeah, as of now, I'd expect at least 2 to 4 inches of rainfall out there. Let's see your prayers in the path. This absolutely, yeah. Make sure you all say your prayers. It'll definitely help out. Let's see here. Hit the thumbs up. Can help a lot. Thank you, Rainbow. Appreciate that. Post Hurricane Harvey triggers any kind of storm. Yeah, I can understand that. I definitely could understand that. But like I said, this is not going to be anything like Harvey. The storm's going to continuously be moving. It's not going to be as strong as Harvey was. Harvey was a high end. I think Harvey was about a Cat 4. If I am mistaken, maybe even Cat 5. What was Harvey? Let's see. What category was Harvey at Landfall? Harvey, I think it was a Cat 4. Somebody let me know if you remember. It was a while ago. Yeah, I think Harvey was a Cat 4 as it approached near Houston. But yeah, like I said, yeah, it's not supposed to be anything like Harvey. This thing's gonna be, like I said, lower end category 2 at max. I think, possibility up there towards upper category 1 strength. Let's see. Kevin wants me to take a look at Robstown, Texas. Of course, man. Of course. Let's see. Robstown, Texas. I'm here to help y'all out, guys. Like I said, I care about y'all's safety. I want to help you guys. You're out by Corpus Christi. Hurricane conditions are possible. So that's something we need to look out there for. So yeah, hurricane conditions are possible. We are expecting about 3 to 5 foot of storm surge out in that region, and of course a lot of rain out there by Corpus Christi. You're kind of in the realm of right around 6 to 8 inches or so of rainfall. So a good amount of rain is expected by you. What's up, Carrie? Hope you're doing good. What are the hurricane hunters doing right now? Good question, man. Good question. Let's take a look at that real quickly. We'll take a look and see what our hurricane hunters... They were just doing recon missions here. Let's see here. They finished those, though. Yep, we got no active missions. The last one the last sweep just went through a little bit ago. Hurricane hunters are going back home. They did find about 53 knot winds out there on one of the eye walls, or I should say not the eye wall, the center. It doesn't have an eye yet. But yeah, 53 knots or so. That would put it in near tropical. Yeah, right around where it's at actually. Yeah, around 60 mile an hour sustained. That sounds just about right. Let's see. We'll hit SpaceX. So yeah, down there in let's see here, out there by South Padre Island. Yeah, so I know what you're talking about, Starbase. So Starbase, oops, let's hop down here. So Starbase is down here. They got tropical storm warnings. We are expecting tropical storm conditions out there. Obviously, Starbase is on the coast. They'll definitely experience some winds, more than likely. Also, 2 to 4 foot of storm surge is possible. And also, when it comes to the rainfall and stuff, not a whole lot, but about 2 to 4 inches. Compared to other places, yeah, 2 to 4 inches is still a good amount of rain, of course, but 2 to 4 inches of rain, 2 to 4 foot of storm surge, and like I said, some tropical storm force winds. They also are under hurricane watches down there. Hurricane conditions possible, but we'll see if those materialize. More than likely, they will probably just stay tropical storm warnings. It's still not for sure, but yeah, we have hurricane watches all from the southern coast of Texas going all the way up here. Like I said, going all the way up there towards, like I said, it's just south of Houston overall. So that is that. So yeah, absolutely, that is what we're looking at. Let's see. Harvey rained and rained and rained, never stopped. Never forget the water started coming in my house. Yeah, it was pretty wild, man, for sure. You're welcome, Buck. No problem, man. Yeah, any questions, I'll be more than happy to answer them. Holy cow! Oh my gosh, Dogman, dude, coming in here with the Category 5 membership supporter. No way, dude. Dogman coming in here with the Cat 5 membership support for 4 months. Dude, Dogman, I wanted to let you know, man, you're my first Category 5 supporter that I've had. Like I said, I know you've been Cat 5 member for 4 months now, and I really appreciate that, man. But dude, yeah, you're my first, and you've been my only Category 5 supporter here. So, dude, thank you, man. I really appreciate that. Also, Florida Weather, dude, coming in with a $2 super chat saying, "How are you?" I'm doing good, man. Just doing the best I can to update y'all. That's where I'm at. But Dogman, also Florida Weather, thank you guys for your support. Dogman, thank you for the Cat 5. That's crazy, dude. Very, very crazy. Thank you so much, y'all. Let's see here. Kind of northeast Corpus. If you can please give me a quick look at this. Look at Skidmore. Let's see here. Skidmore, Texas. Gotcha. Like I said, I enjoy taking time out of my day to do this for you guys. It makes me feel better inside, and that I can actually help out you guys. And like I said, y'all can trust what I give you, because I go over everything. Like I said, I'm not biased against one thing like some weather channels are. I've noticed, I'm not saying who it is, but there's a couple of weather centers that have their own models, and they're very biased towards their own models. I'm not like that. I take all the models in consideration. Like I said, I take all sources in consideration. We're here to give you the honest and fair truth of what to expect here. Anyways, but yeah, so you, my friend, you are just off the coast. This thing's going to sweep you, likely as an upper level Category 1, lower in Cat 2. You'll likely see tropical storm force winds, maybe some hurricane force wind gusts. We'll have to see. The thing is, though, you're out there by Corpus Christi. You could see a good amount of rainfall out there. We are talking, maybe up to 2 to 4 inches, maybe locally higher, possible. So that's what we can expect out there. there for your region. Yeah, just look out for mostly rain. Also, yeah, it'll be pretty windy. Once again, landfall is expected for the morning of Monday. Monday. Hopefully that helps out, my friend. If there's anything else I can help you with, feel free to let me know, okay? Feel free to let me know. And like I said, guys, if you haven't already, consider subscribing. I'm just going to say consider it. That way you guys can, you know, remain to be updated on the system here. Like I said, we're going to do another update live stream tonight, okay? So we'll continue to keep y'all posted on the tropics tonight and stuff. Let's see. What about Magnolia, Texas? Gotcha. Magnolia, Texas. You, my friend. Let's see here. You're north of Houston. Okay, so the good news is that the storm is not going to be a hurricane by the time it gets near you, so you're good. It'll likely be a tropical depression by the time it gets to you. So what that means is that you could see some wind gusts, potentially up to like 45 miles an hour wind gusts. What it could peak to is 45. The main problem for you, my friend, once again, comes down to rain. About 6 to 8 inches of rainfall is possible. West of you, right on that landfall path, about 8 to 12 inches is expected overall. Let's see. How bad will it be for Victoria? Let me take a look here. Victoria, Texas. Okay, so you, my friend. Okay, so yeah, you're probably going to see some hurricane force winds out there in Victoria, or near hurricane force winds. The thing's going to make landfall probably right near you. I'm expecting this thing to be between Galveston and Corpus Christi. That's kind of where I think the landfall is going to be. It'll probably come right near you, my friend. So here's the problem. You are expecting a heck of a lot of rain. I mean, we're talking like 8 to 12 inches of rain out there by you. Big problem with rain. So if you're in a flood-prone area, make sure to watch that. The good news is that you're not on the coast. You're a little bit off the coast here. So that's good. That means you're not going to have any coastal concerns. We are expecting 3 to 5 foot of storm surge on the coast, but you're not in the coast, so that's good. But yeah, mostly 8 to 12 inches of rainfall out there. And we could have some winds, definitely in tropical storm force winds are expected. Maybe even hurricane force winds could be possible out there by you. But we'll continue watching that, and obviously as we get closer to landfall, we'll be able to pinpoint it even further where this thing's going to touch. Let's see here. Texas says, thanks, brother, to subscribe. Thank you, man. I appreciate it. John says, thank you. You're very welcome. Let's see. Why is the cell direction not trending towards San Antonio anymore? Because the models have came to an agreement to the fact that she is likely going to take the path of where the cone is. I'll go ahead and show you guys the hurricane models again, the spaghetti models, the ones we know and love. For out here in the coast, y'all know exactly what I'm talking about. So here you go. So this is the spaghetti models, latest spaghettis. So they are showing a pretty fair agreement. You know, there's obviously a little bit of a gap there we still need to fill over the next little bit, over the next several model runs. But we have come into conclusion that this thing is going to be making landfall more than likely just southwest of Houston. Out there kind of near Corpus Christi area, maybe a little bit to the north. We'll see. We'll have to see. I mean, we'll continue monitoring that as we get closer. I mean, we're about 2 days away from landfall, a little bit less than 2 days. So like I said, we're probably going to get some hurricane warnings tonight, I'm thinking. But yeah, hurricane models have become quite they're kind of agreeing on it, but obviously they do split apart. They do diverge once we get towards like the Midwest. Some models have it going further west than others. Some have it going further east. Most of them have it going like through Northeast Texas over Texarkana. Most probable track. You're welcome, Alan. No problem. Florida weather. Thank you so much, dude. Welcome to the Tropical Storm team. Thanks for your support, man. I really appreciate that. Yeah, once again, to our supporters out there, thank you all. You guys help make this possible. So honestly, thank you for all of your donations, all of your support, everybody. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. You guys are amazing. I love every single one of you. Like I said, I'm here to make sure y'all are weather aware, prepared. And like I said, if y'all have any questions, I will be more than happy to answer them. I'll be more than happy for you guys. I'm more than happy to answer them for you guys. So just once again, thank you. Even if you're just tuning in for a minute and leaving, thank you for being here. Thank you for joining, and I deeply appreciate it. I appreciate all of y'all. I really, really do. Let's see here. Olympics. Thank you so much, dude. Category 1 club for 3 months, man. Thank you so much for your support, dude. Let's see. How is rain for Victoria, Texas? So I got family there. Yeah, so unfortunately, like I was saying, Victoria, Texas is going to be one of the heaviest hitting spots regarding rainfall. We are expecting about 8 to 12 inches of rainfall out there. You know, she's going to be pretty heavy regarding rain. Corpus Christi's down here, and Victoria is roughly in these areas here. As of now, I would say it's possible for 8 to 12 inches, but I'd really go off of like 6 to 8 for now. Just know that track's probably going to change next update, but yeah, up to 8 to 12 is possible. A good amount of rain out there seems quite likely there overall. So, like I said, we're here for you. What? Are you serious, man? Winding coming in with another 5 gifted. My man is on the ball today with the support. Winding, dude. Hey, like I said, man, you do not have to do that. I am very thankful for your support, though, dude. That is very sweet of you. I really appreciate you, man. I really do. And just know that you've helped contribute a lot, and that'll really go in terms of helping out this channel, help keeping us afloat. Very, very important. So thank you, man. I respect you, man. Thank you so much for your support, dude. Florida Weather upgrading to Cat 1 Club. Thank you so much, Florida Weather. Welcome to Hurricane Club, my friend. You're now in the Cat 1. Appreciate it, dude. Thank you, guys. Y'all are very sweet. I genuinely appreciate y'all. Thank you so much for your support. Like I said, it means the world to me. It really does. And like I said, I'm glad to be able to help out with y'all. All right, so hopping back over here, y'all, to the storm surge side of things here. So, like I said, this is the latest and greatest with the storm surges and all of that stuff. So, as of now, like I said, the maximum storm surge we're expecting is out there by St. Louis Pass, all the way down there towards Baffin Bay. 3 to 5 foot of storm surge possible out there towards the coastlines there, including the Matagorda Bay, as well as Corpus Christi Bay. 3 to 5 foot of storm surge is expected. Between San Luis Pass and High Island out there in the Galveston Bay, 2 to 4 foot of storm surge, so 2 to 4 foot of water above sea level coming inland is expected from the storm here. And whenever it comes to the south side, towards Baffin Bay, out there towards the mouth of the Rio Grande, 2 to 4 foot of storm surge is also expected out in there in those waters. So that's really a lot of the Texas coast is going to be seeing anywhere from 2 to 5 foot of storm surge for the most part. So that is that. Houston saying plan for Cat 2. Really? I didn't know that. Houston's even saying plan for Cat 2. That's what I've been saying all along, y'all. I've been saying lower end Category 2 is possible, upper end Cat 1. I think it's either going to be an upper level Category 1 or a lower end Cat 2 by the time of landfall. I don't think it's going to be anything stronger, honestly. So, like I said, I think we're going to be rolling lower end Cat 2, maybe upper end Category 1 overall. That's kind of that's kind of where I'm standing here with things overall. Once again, Winding, thank you so much, dude. Also, Florida Weather, like I said, once again, at the end of the live stream, y'all, I'm going to go over all of our donators again to give y'all, once again, a big thank you, just to show you how thankful I am for you all support. Like I said, seriously, it means the world to me, y'all. Thank you so much. Is it going to snow in Magnolia? Snow? I think snow is done. Let me look. Magnolia, is that Texas? Magnolia, Texas? No, it's, it's not going to snow anytime soon here. Let's see here. Matthew says, I really like this channel. Great reporting. I'll definitely tune back in later. Thank you, Matthew. I appreciate that, man. I really, really do. And like I said, if there's any questions you might have for us, feel free to throw them down. I definitely try to keep things real with y'all. I want to make sure I'm giving y'all the latest and honest, accurate information. Let's see. Yes, because there's a slight chance it could strengthen last minute. Yeah, I think so. Like we were mentioning, I'll go ahead and show you guys back over to models again, which I'll go ahead and show for the new viewers here. So if we hop on over here to the weather models, right? So if we go to HWRF. So the problem right now, y'all, like I was saying, is we have a lot of dry air. So that brown that you guys see on that southern and eastern side of the storm, that is a lot of dry air. That is preventing thunderstorms from forming in the southern side of the storm, which really kind of disorganizes the whole system, for one, and prevents it from strengthening. Now, here's the thing. So as we approach our way down in time, basically for the morning tomorrow, you notice how we're going to start to get, so first of all, the eastern side's very dry. We're going to start to get that moisture getting caught up on that eastern side of the storm, allowing for the whole entire storm here to have a good, adequate amount of moisture for strengthening. So, with that being said, that is going to allow the storm to rapidly pick up strength as it rolls its way towards Texas, as it's going to be in its own little pocket of good amounts of moisture, even given the fact that the outer environment is pretty dry. For the hurricane itself, it's going to be still in a really good amount of moisture. But for now, like I said, it's battling that dry air, which is really preventing it from taking off right now. But, like I said, tomorrow, early tomorrow morning, we're going to have the storm here starting to grab all that moisture, and she's going to start to strengthen quickly, especially as we approach into the afternoon and evening for tomorrow. We're going to notice a big change in strength, more than likely, out of the storm here. Let's see here. See, Dr. Andrew has 8 years experience learning this stuff. I've been doing it for a while, man. I've been doing it. I didn't just decide one day I'm going to be a weatherman. No. One day I decided that, but that was years ago. No, I've been studying meteorology for many years. 8 years, since 2016 is when I really started. So I'm not just like I'm not just somebody who doesn't know what they're talking about. Trust me, you can name some stuff, and I could let you know what it means. I mean, I have a good amount of knowledge on this, so y'all can trust what I'm saying here. Plenty of support, and you can go back years on my channel as well, even in forecasting like other hurricanes. You'll see that, obviously I'm not perfect, but I have gotten a lot of forecasts nailed before. Let's see here. Thank you, Matthew. Once again, I appreciate that, man. I really do love the rain every day over here. I've noticed that more sea breeze collisions, etc., happen more later in the evening. Yeah. I really do enjoy that as well. I'm here up there in Polk County, up by Lakeland. We get those sea breeze collisions a lot from both the Gulf Coast and the like I said, both the Gulf Coast and the Atlantic side. So we get a lot of sea breeze collisions. Pretty cool. Typically fires off some short-lived thunderstorms. Let's see. What made me decide to learn meteorology? Man, it's just a lot of things. I mean, I know everybody says Twister started it. Twister was a contributing factor to what I really liked weather. Most of it, though, is when I was like 2012, I think it was, my neighbor bought me a weather station. And I was obsessed with that weather station. I would stare at that little tablet and watch the weather conditions change for hours and hours on end. I'd even jot them down on a piece of paper. I wish I could still find that piece of paper, man. Yeah, I jot down the conditions, like during winter storms and stuff like that, and I just got a deep passion. And then, as I grew up, as I got into middle school, like 2016, as I was transitioning into high school, that's when I really started doing research, books, articles, meteorologists, talking to them, and just, learning the ways of weather. And, ever since, I've just gained more and more knowledge, experiences from these type of systems, and so, it's, like I said, I'm not new to this. Even though as young as I am, I'm not really new to weather. It's been my whole life, basically. Let's see. Do I know the specs of my computer for streaming? I have a RTX 3050. I have an Intel Core i9, not sure what version. I got 32 gigabytes of DDR4 RAM. I got an SSD for my Windows, and I got a HDD for my programs. Not sure. I think Seagate, maybe? Hard drive. I built this thing back in 21. Let's see here. Sean, please don't advertise other channels in my chat, dude. It's incredibly disrespectful. Yeah, definitely not a nice thing to do, man. Let me remove that there. Overkill. Well, I'm running 5 monitors here. It's a little bit. It's kind of necessary. I need high-end RAM for this to run on my programs. But anyways, let's go and hop on back over here, y'all. Better than NASA. I don't know about all that, man. What's up, Scott? Hope you're doing good, dude. Hope you're doing well. So, like I said, this is the storm right now, and you can see she's struggling. It looks a lot better. Looks a lot better. You know, it's one blob instead of a bunch of mini blobs. So we have a centralized convection point here. Overall, you can see the center low is being a bit offset. So our center low is like out in here, somewhere in there. And you can actually see how, you know, we do have ourselves, you know, that dry air really infiltrating that southern and southeastern side. Like I said, that's what's really preventing this storm from taking off right now, is that there is a lot of dry air right now on this side of the storm. The central low is like right in here. Central low is like right there. And all of our convection is offset to the northwest. So that's kind of the problem here. Can never have too much CPU. Yeah. Does Beryl have tornadoes? It will. It will have the potential for tornadoes. Yeah, on that eastern flank, on the eastern side, that's where you have your strongest kinematic force, where you have your strongest winds, basically. Your heaviest amount of moisture, so high-end dew points, and just supportive conditions for cyclonic, for cyclone-induced tornadic activity. So yeah, that's where your highest dew points, your highest moisture values are. That's where your strongest winds are at, and also your heaviest instability. So on the eastern flank is also where your strongest winds are at as well. Could never have too much CPU. I agree. Yeah, I don't remember what I9 this is, but any I9's pretty solid, at least from what I know. It's like a I9 10,000 something. But anyways, y'all, well, here soon, I'm probably going to go ahead and wrap it up in the live stream. Like I said, we've been live a little over 2 hours here. I think that's a pretty solid update here for you. Before I head off, though, if y'all have any questions in the chat, throw them down for me. If there's anything you want me to take a look at regarding anything, please don't hesitate to let me know. I will try my best to get to your question. If you are new to the channel, consider subscribing. That way you guys can be weather aware. And like I said, I promise to give you all the latest and greatest information. Once again, we will be doing another live stream today. We'll be going live tonight around maybe 10 or 11 Eastern time, so 9 or 10 Central is whenever I do plan on going live for you guys. Yeah, like I said, we've had a pretty solid update here. We basically went over everything we really needed to. If y'all are curious, if you're just tuning in, feel free to rewind the live stream, go back to a previous point, and you can see what we were talking about. Yeah, like I said, we'll be back later on tonight for more updates, because yeah, later on this evening we're gonna have some more information on the models. We're gonna have a new model run set come through. We're gonna have a new Hurricane Center set, everything like that come through. Brian, dude, Brian coming in with another Cash App donation, man. $10, dude. Thank you so much. I'm just blown away, man. Holy cow, dude. Brian, thank you so much, man. From the bottom of my heart, you are amazing, dude. You are absolutely amazing. Thank you so much, Brian. You are awesome. Saying, let's see, your Winding Creek Farm, Texas says hi. What's up? Hope you're doing good, Winding Creek Farm. Thank you so much, man. That's very sweet of you. Can I explain lapse rates and explain how to read photographs? It's probably not the best stream to do that, but lapse rates is basically the change in temperature with elevation. The more higher your lapse rate values are, the more that the temperature is changing over distance. So it measures over a kilometer. So if you have a 9 degrees Celsius inclination over a kilometer altitude, that means that the temperature, the air temperature, is decreasing 9 degrees cooler than where it started as it reaches. Hopefully that makes sense. So within a kilometer, the temperature changes 9 degrees Celsius, which would be more than I think that's I can't even tell you how much Fahrenheit that is. I don't know the conversion off the top of my head, but anyways, photographs, yeah, basically just shows you wind direction, wind speed, which way the atmosphere flow basically is. But yeah, once again, that's probably not the best stream to do that for, the tropical update. Maybe in a Q&A live stream I could do. I did do one of those a while ago. Eventually, I'll probably do it again, honestly. I'll probably do another, I will likely do another update on that later on, eventually. Jamie says, love your channel. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Whitney says, thank you for doing this, man. No problem, dude. No problem. And, once again, thank you for your support, dude. That's very, very sweet of you. East side of the storm is usually called the dirty side. Yeah, it is. See, I'm right in the path. Yeah, so we could have a couple tornadoes possible. Before I head off here, let me do this real quickly. Turn off the data here for the hurricane. And let me bring up our day 3 outlook for Monday. So Monday is the day of landfall, or day 3. You do see we do have a slight risk out there for portions near, like, Houston, Beaumont, out there in, oh shoot, is it Beaumont? I think it's something else. Somebody told me it was something else, I think, earlier. But yeah, eastern Texas, western Louisiana has a possibility for a couple tornadoes come on Monday. It's on the eastern side of that track. That'll adjust to the track of Beryl, but that's that. Florida Weather, dude, coming with a $2 super chat, man. Thank you so much, Florida Weather. You rock, dude. From the bottom of my heart, y'all. Thank you for your kind support. Y'all are amazing. Appreciate it. But yeah, like I said, we'll be back live later today. Consider subscribing. Like I said, it's free. Just scroll down on the video, hit that subscribe. It'll literally free. If you have a YouTube account, it's just literally a push of a button. That way you guys can stay notified and weather aware out there. It'd be much appreciated. Plus, like I said, it helps the algorithm. It helps YouTube feature us to more people, which could be life-saving to people. So if y'all could do that, not only would you be helping me out, but you'd be helping out everybody else as well in the whole community. So thank you. I deeply appreciate that. Beaumont. Gotcha. Thank you. I'll try to remember that. Like I said, that's just... There's a lot of different names that I have to try to remember around here, so it's, you know, I'm not from the area, so it's a little bit difficult. But anyways, all right, let me go ahead and go over these donators real quickly. I promised y'all I would go ahead and give y'all a big thank you at the end of the live stream here, so let's go ahead and go up to the beginning. So first of all, massive shout out goes to Winding Creek Farm. Thank you so much, y'all out there. Thank you. I appreciate it. Brian, thank you so much, man. Deeply appreciate it. Oh, hold on a minute, y'all. We just got a new advisory from Beryl. It's got a new advisory. Let's take a look at that here in a second. But Winding gifting 5 memberships, another 5, $10 donation. Then we had Anna. Thank you so much, Anna, for the $10 donation. We had Winding Creek again with the 5. John Beam with the 2. Dogman with the Category 5 supporter. Florida Weather with the 2. Appreciate it. Let's see here. Florida Weather Tropical Storm. Let's see here. Olympics, member for 3 months. Appreciate it. Y'all are super sweet. Winding Creek on another 5 there. Let's see. Florida Weather, Category 1 upgrade. Let's see here. Florida Weather with a $2 super chat again. And then now, Winding Creek again, dude. What the $5, or sorry, the 5 gifted membership, dude. Holy cow. Thank you so much, dude. You, like I said, you've made my day, man. You've really helped out. And then, of course, hopping on over here to, like I said, to Cash App. My man really coming in supporting me here on Cash App as well with the donations. 4 donations on Cash App, dude. You're just incredible, dude. Thank you once again from the bottom of my heart for your support. It means a lot to me, and I'm sure it means a lot to others because it sure does help keep us in line and help keep us going. It really does. So you're not only helping me, but you're helping everybody else as well, including yourself by that. So thank you so much. I deeply appreciate it. But yeah, big shout out goes to Winding Creek Farm. Thank you so much. Let's see. Clay, this is a good live stream. Thank you, Clay. I appreciate it, man. But like I said, y'all, on your way out, consider leaving a like, hitting that subscribe button. Be greatly appreciated. Once again, we'll catch y'all later tonight. I'm thinking 10, 11 Eastern time, so it'll be 9 or 10 Central for you guys to go live for another tropical update, as we'll have some more models and all that stuff. Let's see what the latest Hurricane Center update on Beryl is, real quickly. Let's take a look at it. Let's see. Okay, so this is a new update for Central Time. Hurricane and storm surge warnings. Oh, they did it. There you go. So the graphic hasn't updated, guys, but those watches have turned into warnings now. Texas now has hurricane warnings. Oh, buddy. Yeah, let's give it a second for that graphic to update. But yeah, still the same pressure-wise. She is down to 997 millibars, still sustained at 60 miles an hour. Nothing's changed on it. It's moving on 1 mile an hour faster now. Northwest at 13. It was moving northwest at 12 last update, so it's increased a mile an hour. Winding says, thanks for doing this for free, Andrew. No problem. No problem. Like I said, thank you for being really supportive. I appreciate it. Like I said, you know, I don't ask for anything. You know, maybe a like and a subscribe. That's about it. But, you know, I'm just here to help, man. I'm just here to help. I want to be here to help you and to just just help you guys be prepared overall. What's up, Johnny? Hope you're doing good, man. But yeah, so like I said, there's some new updates. Let me try the new cone here. Did the update yet? Still nothing yet. It'll probably take a minute for those things to come through. Hopefully here soon we'll get that. Let's see. Is the... Yeah, so it'll probably take a while. But we'll talk more about that later on, y'all. With the new update, we'll let you know about those hurricane warnings. But now hurricane warnings are in place. Now it's really serious, meaning that you guys have got to be prepared. So that's your homework, guys. By tonight, by the next live stream, I want you guys to go out, get some water, get a few cases of water, get some non-perishable foods, flashlight, with extra batteries, all of your stuff, have it all together. Just be ready by tonight. Obviously you have pretty much a lot of tomorrow as well to be prepared for this. But the earlier the better. Florida Weather says you're the best, man. Wouldn't watch anything else than you covering the weather. Thank you, man. I appreciate that. So you could do without the heavy rain. I hear you. Yeah, it's going to be quite heavy in some spots. All right, let's see here. Any updates on it? If not, we're going to probably head off here. Yep, so she hasn't updated yet. All right, y'all. Let's see. Still catching up, but thank you so much for answering my question. You're very welcome, Olympics. No problem. Thank you for your support as well. But, all right, y'all. Well, I think that's going to go ahead and wrap her up for now. Like I said, we'll be back live later tonight, 10-11 Eastern, 9-10 Central. Hope to see you guys there. Once again, thank you all for being here. Thank you. On your way out, consider subscribing, leaving a like. Be greatly appreciated. And, alrighty, guys. Thank you so much. Thank you. You're very welcome, my friend. No problem. Catherine, you're welcome. I saw your message before Nightbot deleted it, so don't worry. You're very welcome, my friend. And, all right, y'all. You guys take care. We'll catch y'all later on. Have a good rest of your day. Once again, get prepared, y'all. Get prepared. Out there by the Texas coast, we got hurricane warnings now in place, which I'm hoping it'll update, which it's not. It's taking a minute to update. But, yeah, hurricane warnings are in place. Oh, they added 1 to 3 foot of... Hold on a minute. Oh, okay. This is a new update. Hold on a minute. 4 to 6 foot of storm surge now out there by the Matagorda Bay. They added 1 and 3 foot of storm surge out there in southwest Louisiana between Sublime Pass and Cameron. So that's new. Rainfall outlook here. They did update that as well. They got rid of a lot of the 8 to 12. Houston's in 4 to 6. San Antonio 1 to 2. Corpus Christi 2 to 4. Let's say Corpus Christi 2 to 4. Waco 2 to 4. Dallas 1 to 2. Shreveport 2 to 4. Lake Charles 2 to 4, Little Rock, Arkansas 4 to 6, Fort Smith 2 to 4. And let's see, I'm waiting for these darn hurricane warnings to pop up so I can actually show you guys them real quickly. Well, anyways. Well, yeah. So there you go. It's you guys got the latest information there. If y'all want more information on this while I'm offline, go to nhc.noaa.gov. That's a Hurricane Center website. You guys can check out their graphics out there. That's the official Hurricane Center. You guys can get information on it. But alrighty, y'all. Once again, everybody, thanks for joining. You guys have a wonderful rest of your day, and we'll catch you later on. All right, see you later, guys. See ya in the next one.